how's it going, boys? Hopefully all you are having a good one. This is gonna be a weird ass stream because we are streaming an hour earlier than normal. Now we are gonna try to get as many duels today as much as we can for the 5v5 1v1s. Yesterday we had some internet problems. We're gonna hope that they don't come back today, and we're just gonna try to do as many 5v5 1v1 duels as we can. If you are EU, get some groups up and running right now, because I want to give EU a little bit of time at the beginning just to get as many games cramped in there as possible. Just a what I'm imagining is just like non-stop action for an hour, and then we can hop on EU and then let EU have their normal stream date, stream time. I know I'm coming up early. I got one on Horde side. It's all good. I need to use the bathroom real quick. So let me play that intro all over again while I go take a piss. You boys, hopefully you don't mind this. Again, I'm not prepared at all. I'm just trying to do what I can do. Alrighty, boys, enjoy the intro all over again. You ever just take a piss and it's like the best piss of your life? Like you needed that real badly? I don't know if you heard a lot of that. Well, hopefully you didn't hear me actually go to the bed. That'd be fucking weird, huh? Anyway, boys, it is time. It is me. We are back. Had to wash my face too, dude. My face has been feeling really warm for the last few days. I honestly feel like I'm getting sick, dude. It's just like, I can't explain why. It's just goddamn warm. Like everything in my body is fine, but I'll wake up in the middle of the goddamn night, like 4 a.m. Woke up at 4 a.m. I'm like, the hell's wrong with me? Felt my face. I'm like, wow, it's fucking warm. Am I getting like a fever or something? The rest of my body, I'm like, everything else not feeling really different. I'm just like, just my face is warm, dude. It's like I got heat flashes after drinking or something. The fuck is this, right, boys? Anyway, EU. This is the chance that I can give EU, man. I'm going miles and bounds for you boys, trying to get on a little bit early, just so we might be able to have some 5v5 1v1 EU duels over on the EU, because I still want to maintain my schedule and still maintain the day for NA. I can't completely just ignore NA today. It is their day, but I do want to give EU at least an hour early today to at least have some games. So, boys, I think we're all fixed right now with all the lag, all the connection issues from earlier. Look, I'm even loading into that same arena that I DC'd from, dude. So we're gonna try, boys, alright? I'm gonna aggressively try to let everybody know that right now we're doing EU for the first hour. Get as many duels as we can cramped in here in a single fucking sitting. And then we're gonna do NA. Alrighty, boys? If you're in, 5v5 1v1 duels today. EU, if you wanna join 5v5 1v1 duels, we are doing EU duels for the next hour. Get in here. Alrighty, Well, hopefully all you guys that do groups, hopefully a lot of you guys step up right now, man. We need your boys to step up right now. If you guys want to have some EU representation for this week, you want to have some participation over for the EU, this would be the perfect time to do it, man. This will be the prime time to do it. The hell is this? I gotta disable an add-on just to leave a goddamn community? Who the fuck thought of that was a good thing, Blizzard? Why? I need to leave it. Bye. Bye, Felicia. What? First they added it, now they removed it. EU has Twitch. Pewds. What's up, Skeptical Vegan Humanist 2020? Hi, man. We don't expect you to forsake an A today. We're not forsaking it. We're still doing an A. Like, I start the stream at 5 p.m. East Coast. It is 4 p.m. East Coast. The first hour of the stream, I'm starting 1 hour early just so EU has a chance to play, if anybody's even on. But as soon as it is 5, dude, we're going into a name. We're just gonna do a name. Don't get it twisted. Whoa, swear in 2020? Yeah, you can. What the fuck are you talking about? I think it actually might be a good idea to swear on YouTube. I don't know if you... I'm not gonna get into it right now. How do I get into duels? Just join up, man. Just join up one of the 5V5 1v1 groups. Yo, for example, I'm gonna start a group of 5V5 1v1s. Easily. That's how you do it, boys. Go to player versus player, premier group, custom PvP. We got some groups up and running right now. Hit find group, and in the top of the search, just hit number 5, enter. Alliance, Horde, EU. Either way works, man. You have a group right now with your boy Cat Chicken. You probably have one in Alliance as well. Probably with Pelcher, somebody, whoever. You can have more than one Horde group, more than one Alliance group. What I'll actually do is to make it easy for you guys to find me, I will start one in custom PvP called 5V5 1v1 Duels. Someone is eventually... Sorry. Sorry. Honestly, I don't think I am gonna I'm gonna start a second group. One of you guys is gonna have to be lead in that group, somebody who has me added on Real ID. And essentially, I'm gonna help you guys. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna open up another group. You guys are more than welcome. Try to find me, Dalbrettomancer, Mage, level 110. Doesn't matter what your item level is, as long as you're 120 and want to participate. That's what I meant, Dal. I mean, we're happy you let you people join in today. What? The EU make one a group? EU? Yeah, you guys are more than welcome to. You guys can make groups if you want to. If you guys are not a regular on the streams, you viewers make the groups. That's how it's done. You guys go to custom PvP in group finder for PvP. You go to premier groups, custom PvP, and you make the group just custom PvP. Call it something like 5V5 1v1 Duels. As long as you have the number 5 in there, most people should have an easy time finding you. So you add 4 people into your group until you guys have a 5-man. Once you have a 5-man, you add me on Real ID on EU. And that's it. Let me actually just go and accept as many people as I can. Some of the newer ones that added me over on EU, like Moose Cannon, Peach, Bam. But actually, I can't even accept. Ziffy, I don't know if he's coming back. Out of here. Cat Chicken, full? Hell yeah, dude. Cat is the fucking man right here, dude. Yuxie, I don't know if you're coming back. Tony the Tiger. Happy New Year, Cat. Happy New Year, my man. Yo, boys, Cat got a group. We need another person with a group as well. We got one group of Horde, which is really, really good. We got one. Rodash hasn't been on in 29 days. I don't know if this man is coming back. I'm going to clean up my friends list just by a hair. Just take people who haven't been online. Like Nud hasn't been online in quite a while, man. 20 days or so. I would say like 15 to 10 to 11 days or something is going to be my cutting off point. Like Findo. 14 days, man. I don't know if this guy is coming back. He might be 20 days for Down Wolf. Bye-bye. I appreciate you, though. I'll probably end up adding them later. I cycle through people just to make sure that I have the newest people on the up-to-date friends list at all times. Let's get Vertex, this guy, some of the new ones, right? Some of the new ones, guys. Yeah. Let's get this guy. Let's get X. No, is that where we're in? Okay, cool. Alrighty, boys. We have one group for EU with Cat Chicken. We need a second group. Cat, if you know somebody who does these groups regularly, and you can hit them up and be like, yo, can you do me a favor? Can you start a group? You know what I mean? All tanks, all let's do prop warriors, PvP. Is that what we got in the Cat Chicken group? I mean, can't find any alliance groups. Is there even an alliance group? That might be the problem. There might not be an alliance group up, but usually somebody makes a group on alliance or Horde. Night Raven, that's another guy that usually makes a group. I could ask him. 4 out of 5 on Alley. Vert got a group. Yo, boys, there is one on Alliance EU. There is one on Alliance EU. So join VertXE. Vert, what do you call it? What's your name, Vert? Vert is Judo Master. Perfect. Look out for Judo, boys. Look out for Judo Master. That's how Swedish say it, yeah? Judo. Because the J is like a Y. Judo. Min pojke. I always thought it was Min pojke, but it was Min pojke. The rested druid from EU. I don't does he even stream anymore? I don't fucking see that dude's name on Twitch anymore. Early streams, Puma. We are doing an early stream just to make sure EU has a chance to at least get some games in. We're doing early hour for EU in case they get any 5-5s. But as soon as it hits 5, back to NA, back to the regular boys. Back to the regular. I just wanted to give EU a chance. I kind of posted it a little bit late. I probably should have posted about it earlier, right? But I felt bad about the fact that we didn't get to stream yesterday, man. I couldn't do anything about it though. Like my internet was just crapping out. I had less than a megabyte of download, dude. I had 0.04 KB, dude. Like it was insane. Or 0.0 MB, which is like 4 kilobytes. Like what the fuck is that? That's some really bad internet. Elemental, let me get Elemental in here. I just keep the group open in case we get a second horde group. I'll just make one of you guys lead. Easy. Hopefully no internet issues. So far so good. But also generally get a group of people because I'm tired of seeing Saints 4. I mean, same people on the same side of GT. Yeah, I feel you, God. I feel you, dude. Oh my god. Oh man. Ali has 4. We need one more. Yo, boys. If you got somebody on your real ID, be like, yo, can I ask you a favor? You want to join this duel thing? Just explain the rules like, oh, at the beginning we're rolling, so 1v1, blah, blah, blah. Check out this dude's stream just in case you need a refresher for the rules. You know what I mean? Yeah, hopefully it'll be good on internet. Hey man, greetings from Netherlands, which I can no longer call Holland. Really? How's it going, Lucas? Hope you're having a good one. Lucas, we're doing a really quick 5-1 duels over on EU, by the way. We got for an hour, because we started an hour earlier than usual. So we're EU real quick for an hour, and then we're going to go back to NA. If you want to join in, EU Alliance as a group, LFG 5-5, you know how it goes. Will we be doing today? Yeah, will I be dueling? We are trying to get some duels going, but will I particularly be dueling? I'm kind of hoping to get as many people opportunity to get some duels done, man. Early today? Early, but if you guys check Discord, you guys should follow the Discord, by the way. Link to Discord down below in the description. Like, if you actually, like, normal YouTube video, open up description or whatever, look at the description. There's a link to our Discord. I post all the announcements on Discord, and I posted about it, like, I probably should have posted earlier, but yeah. Also, you can check the community tab on YouTube. I usually make it a post, like, in case we start early or for whatever reason. I usually have more reasonings there, too. One more Alliance player, EU. Just need one more dude so that we can get some duels going. Just need that one more. If only Element on my group was Alliance. Element, do you by any chance have an Alliance character? And you could join Vert XC for his group in 5-5-1v1s. Isn't it really good today? I'm hoping mad. So far, it's been good. I actually had one outage for, like, a 30 seconds? There was a full outage, like nothing, for 30 seconds, and then we were back. So, I think so far I've been good. I did a BG or 2, and didn't lag. So, hopefully we're okay. It could go to hell in a handbasket. Is Magefoot allowed? Yes, the Magefoot is allowed. Warlock Hellstones are allowed. Warrior Priest and Mage buffs allowed. Pally buffs, keep them to yourselves. Warlock Hellstones are allowed. I don't know if I mentioned that. You can use Void Shift for Shadow Priest, like Life Swap on an ally if you're not the last one going to like swap health as a defensive. You are allowed to do that. Good evening, beautiful. What's up, Swindle? How are you, my man? Bandages? Yeah, you can use bandages. Below government may refer to Holland, only historic area with Rotterdam, Amsterdam. For the whole country, you can only use the Netherlands. Really? You can't call it Holland? That sounds weird. Like who That sounds weird, man. That's weird, Lucas. I don't know a bunch of Holland or Netherlands, but man, does somebody really care that much to like change the name of a place? Oh no, are we grabbing people? Quake and Palm. I'm grabbing the cat chicken. Don't worry about it. 5 out of 5. Alrighty. Yeah. Who want lead to keep group alive? I got duel to watch. I feel like this group is gonna fall apart, but maybe I can give Quake and Palm or Element the lead, and they'll keep the group alive, get ourselves a second horde group up and running. You know what I mean? These are the boys. Any, mini, money, more. We're gonna give it to. Are any of you guys have me on reality? Either have me on reality. George are fans that think they have a BNet. Oh, are they just George? Okay, I'm just gonna Okay. We got Catrican and Vert EXE 5. You know what I should be doing? I should be hanging out on Durotar, dude. Vert EXE and Catrican. Yo, keep your groups the same, boys. I don't know how much variety we'll get on EU for a little bit that we were doing EU duels. So feel free to keep the same groups. Maybe swap 1 or 2 people out once in a blue moon. But perfectly fine. I just want to get as many games in and give you guys all a chance, man. All you fucking, the committed boys, you know what I mean? Alrighty, so Twitch, we are, oh my god, I'm so happy, I'm so excited because yesterday I was so excited to get some EU duels going, dude. I like the different gameplay, different metas that EU brings, man. It's similar to NA, but there's always something different about it. Either way. Ooh, I'm excited. We got this is Blinks Out of Sad. Blinking Out of Sad. A great name to begin with. Canny on Team Red as well with Judah Master in the back. Full Hazel Windwalker looking. We got us Nira as a Unholy DK and Ruben as Unholy as well. On Team Blue, we got us a boy Catrican going up as an Arms Warrior. God, you better be careful with this man. We got us Lothric as also an Unholy DK. Belcher going up as a Boomkin. Resistance as a Monk on Team Blue. And Sever going up first on from EU Ragnaros. And looks like maybe it's going to be Ruben first. Yeah, Ruben first up and running. Look at the dueling mix going here, boys. Because what are we listening to, boys? What are we listening to? Oh my god, what is that song? Sounds terrible. Sounds not like we need. Rubian approaching Sever. It's going to be an immediate I-beam. Does get stoned for it. And Rubian is actually not looking all that good either. Already sitting at about half his health. Metamorphosis coming out for Sever. Drop down that meta on the full army of the dead. It looks like he's actually want to peel away from the army. The ghouls do leap on top of him. He is just going to get slapped around by a Guardian of Azeroth Ruben. That's just going to go for the full pill build. Actually, overcommitting a bit too many defenses. He's going to get himself a Lichborn as well as Deathback. Maybe that's actually worth because Sever is taking quite a bit of damage from all those pets. But Ruben had to go for a death bag, but Pop Transfusion immediately trying to heal through all the self-inflicted necrotics, trying to get some necrotics set up onto Sever. That's exactly what he should be doing. Darkness coming down for the Demon Hunter. Ruben's necrotics are down for a second. He should be able to heal up for quite a bit. Sever looks like he's just going to be using mobility to escape the Death Knight the whole time. Ruben, completely out of defenses, needs to go for a spam move death strike. Safety trinket coming out into the minute closing in. Needs to get a stone into Sever to stop him in his tracks for a second. Does not look all that good. Demon form does go down. Sever needs to get him back into the I-beam demon form ASAP if he wants to win this duel. Stoner to Ruben does not have a trinket out of it, but Sever not looking good themselves. With an inch of health left, getting charged by the undead pet, and down he goes. Ruben taking him out immediately. Gonna go for food as soon as it happens. And Pelcher, good thing he's a man of honor. He's a big old boomkin. He has the disadvantage playing against an Holy Death Knight, but he's gonna give him the opportunity to get a full heal. Ruben is lucky that he actually gets to play. What is that server name? Pazadel? Eternita? Eternal Palace? Maybe? No, it's something else. I don't know, dude. This is EU, so it could be... I want to say, like... Spanish? Because if it was NA, I'd be like, maybe it's Portuguese. Maybe it's something South American, but... Here it has to be, like, Spanish, right? I could be wrong. Belcher is going to have to go for a little bit of Soul Rats off of the pet. Get himself a little bit of that Star Surge power available. That's about all he can do. Getting dots up and running at Ruben. This Belcher playing a prog-based playstyle Boomkin. I think, honestly, with how hard Ruben is hugging the wall, hopefully Pelcher is playing a prog-based Boomy. Ruben is going to be resummoning his pet, getting himself a fresh one going. Pelcher getting hit, try not to hit into AMS, looking just to outrun the DK for a second as Chains of Ice are going to be spammed at him, looking to power shift out of there. Grip and the stun coming out. He does prepare for this as the armor leader rolls in, getting himself a trinket out of that stun with Thorns up and running. His necrotics are slowly rolling in. It's going to have one of his proc Azeroth traits. Brocking out. Ruben looking to line aside Pelcher for a little bit while Boskin and Thorns are up and running, landing a bash onto the DK. He does trick it out of it with Death Pack to follow. Does not have a way to self-heal. Disarm coming out, even if he wanted to heal, Pelcher's not giving him opportunity as he is in full incarnation. Short stun onto Ruben. Does he have final Star Search to let it take him down? He does not need the Star Search. He's just gonna go for a Lunar Strike and slam him down. Has incarnation for a few more seconds. Could go for big damage into Nira maybe, but looks like he's just gonna go for a bit of recovery. Nira is gonna take the time time to just AFK behind the pillar, wait out for the massive balanced druid burst he's gonna mount up, but the Boomkin incarnation is gone. Hopefully Pelcher has damage outside of the Boomy form, outside of the Incarn, in order to deal with a Death Knight, but it's going to be a fresh Death Knight, Knowledgeborn. Doesn't look like they're playing Death Pact at all, so it looks like maybe longer AMS is going to be the playstyle. Pelcher landing a root onto Nira is going to at least be able to establish some dots. Try to see if he can reroute him again. Nira could go for a grip, but that's going to be nothing threatening coming out of Pelcher. In the opener is going to land a stun on the Boomkin, and now the duel is off. Nira actually taking quite a bit of damage out of nowhere. Big death strikes are going to get him back up and running. Has not used AMS or anything. Looking to save those cooldowns for later. Pelcher not really looking at all that health. And dipping down below half health is going to have to use Crucible in order to get himself a bit of a self-heal. Thorns are up and running with a Barkskin as well. Get himself Incarnation for just a quick second. Nira, though, is nowhere to be found. Letting the pets do all the work. Looking to land a grip onto Pelcher. He does get at least one star search off Nira. AMS and out of this situation. Looking to nab a couple death strikes back to back. Pelcher, I don't believe he's able to get himself a bash, because that's going to be an IBF immediately out of Nira. Is going to get himself at least a little bit of reheal before the necrotics get super high up. He's still in such a bad situation. Stun coming out, does not have a trinket for it. Does he have a way out of it, though? It looks like his health is not dipping down nearly as quickly as I was expecting to. Into a distant one, and Nira doesn't need the weapon, though. Pelcher is going to get himself Swiftman. Small shield coming out. Does he have thorns or anything to follow here? He needs to get a defense right now, and down he goes. Nira taking him out, but did exhaust every single cooldown available just to do it. And Lothric is going to be up next as another unholy DK. A lot of you guys are giving each other honor duels, but we are getting into the 5-minute mark of 1% dampening, boys. I don't know if that's a good idea to give each other less and less necrotics to play with. Maybe that's the whole point. Maybe they are trying to get into high necrotics. Like, they expect for Judomaster to come out and just be the unkillable monk, so they're trying to prolong the game as long as possible. Nira, it looks like Nira is the one dropping down the abomination. Lothric popping in AMS immediately. Nira's popping their own AMS. Lothric kind of doing a little bit of a backpedaling back and forth. I'm not really a huge fan of that kind of strategy. I don't really know. I feel like side to side is a little bit better, because back and forth just kind of keeps you doing this like weird bird thing, you know what I mean? The necrotics are stacking up until Lothric actually self-inflicted mostly with death strikes, but it's going to be trying to use death strikes in order to get himself as much re-healing as possible, but he put himself, I think, in an unwinnable situation. Trinket's out of that stun. Safety Trinket coming. That's going to be necrotics finally off. Could go for massive death strike re-heal. Nira also looking quite low as the necrotics started to stack up, but Lothric is in a much worse position right now. Could be anyone's time, but Nira ended up keeping their cool as best as they could. Had plenty of defenses and just controlled the fight. As soon as Lothric popped that death pack, that was it. He just secured himself the last with Severe coming out onto Nira, trying to prevent any kind of death strikes. Nira is looking to maybe nab a little bit of self-healing. Are they going to be able to resist? Is looking to just resist all that healing and just going to take him out immediately. Who is up next is going to be a Blink out of Sad, playing as a Frost Mage. Frost Mage versus a Monk. You would think that it would be like, you know, the most mobile class versus the most slow base class, but with how Frost plays in PvP, I would be surprised if the Mage even stood a chance here. Resistance getting hit a polymer. Frostbolt's coming out for Blink. He's going to be able to get one Frostbolt in as he's getting rooted. Does have himself the ways to break out of roots. Stun into Blink. He's actually going to trick it out of it at a later time. Trying to land a Nebel Bolt onto Resistance, who does put a Whirling Dragon Punch on himself. That's going to take him up in the air for a second. Focus Azeroth Beam is going to slap Resistance for quite a bit of damage, actually. So that was actually quite an effective way of going about it. Resistance is going to try to see if he can reduce the magic as best as possible. Ring of Frost coming out. He tricked it out of nothing a little too early. I guess I was expecting to get hit by the Ring of Frost. Boarding out of it immediately. Resistance without a trinket. What'd you just do? And it's actually going to spam Vivifies back-to-back, still holding on to Karma. Blink out of Sad has 2 Icebox still available. He's probably going to wait out for Temporal if possible. Tried to blink out of Resistance, but it looks like he actually blinked into Sad instead. But that's going to be Fist of Fury. He does get a root onto Resistance for a second as well. He is going to, should be able to generate some common points or some chi off of the Elemental. Not going to do it. Instant Icebox coming out for Blink out of Sad. Probably could have waited for a little bit longer as Resistance is going to be out there right out of the Icebox. Is going to be able to push up some damage. Blink tried to see if they can get any kind of heal on Temporal, but as he's going to pop a shield on top of the Temporal, he's just not going to get any value for the Temporal. 80% dampening will still get a decent heal, and down he goes. Didn't even have a plan as he came into the arena, and really showed once he met up against the Monk Resistance. Next up is either going to be Kenny as Arcane, which looks like that's exactly what's going to be happening, because Judo is here. Kenny's got AFK. Judo might just need to be the guy to go if Kenny's just not here. Maybe the seed? Give him a second, maybe, right? Oh, it looks like he's in. Hopefully this mage gives this monk a little bit better of a run for his money. I always wanted to see a Frost Mage like do really well against somebody, dude. I really always wanted to see a Frost Mage actually do well against a monk or any class. But so far, I have not, dude. I want to see like a rank 1 Frost Mage just go up and just like duel the shit out of somebody. That'd be so good. Canny is going to go for a little bit of an explosion while dealing with the images. That's going to be cooldowns out of resistance. Just trying to polymorph him through all the storm, earth, and fire. And it's going to land one last polymorph before we can start pushing out some damage. Arcane missiles are going to be punishing for resistance if he doesn't have the mobility to catch up with Canny. That's going to be also a Crucible Storm to fall and knocking up resistance, trying to keep away from the Fist of Fury. Is going to blink back to another one of the through one of these Fist of Furies. Karma coming out onto resistance by resistance a little bit early. Canny is going to actually temporal and ice blocking this off. He actually needs to min-max the damage out of here. Going to be diffused magic coming out of resistance with the same trinket to fall. Does get interrupted on his cast. Canny still holding on to a trinket. No ice block, however, though. He needs to make this duel count right now. Resistance popping in Touch of Death with a waterfall. Archimus is still attacking him, though. Oh my god, almost got him and let Touch of Death off against the against Canny there, but couldn't quite do it. Kachikan is going to be up next. Don't tell me you're sending Judo, right? Wait, are you sending Judo? Wait, is that what's gonna happen? Is the Kachikan just gonna go just to make sure everybody gets a chance to play? He's gonna go up against Judo instead? Fist of Furies are flying. Kachikan got himself the underarm chicken proc, and that's the only thing that really got him a lot of healing. Maybe that's why he decided, you know what? I might as well go against Judo. The dampen is just gonna make it worse and worse. Disarm onto Cat is gonna stop him from being able to really get a lot of the pressure going. Does land a fear onto Judo as he's trying to go for a bit of a heal. Kachikan using that Crucible to follow in order to continue the damage. It's gonna be Karma just to get Kachikan out of that room. Judo tried to min-max the damage. Judo not Karma. Leg sweep onto Cat. He's gonna trick it out of it. War Stomp in the Fist of Fury as wall coming out for Judo. That's gonna be a wall for Cat as well. Intercepting Judo Master as he got that big Touch of Death rolling. Kachikan trying to reduce as much as he can. Might have to go for a little bit of a commanding shout here. Does not really have a way to self-heal. And that's going to be Judo trying to catch a heal. Kachikan needs to stay on the offensive ASAP. The next Fist of Fury is coming out very soon. He's looking to fight, trying to take him away out of that situation. Does not have a way out of it. Going to be a disarm onto Cat as he goes for commanding shout. Judo Master is looking to close out the game. Kachikan does not really have a way to retaliate here unless he can get anything going. And that's going to be it for that first duel. I do appreciate the fact that at least everybody got to play, man. Dude, that boomkin damage though. At the very start, that boomkin damage, I feel like Pelter, as soon as he killed one Death Knight, he should have just charged into the other Death Knight and just blasted out as much damage as he could, forced the defensive, ran away, sat in stealth, re-healed or something. Alright boys, let's get another one going. If you guys want to replace 1 or 2 people, you're more than welcome to, or if you want to just keep a whole group, you're more than welcome to keep it. We are doing, again, an hour, I guess what's left, right, 30 minutes of EU duels for a little bit, and then we're going to hop on an A in just a bit. Oh, where are we at on EU? 90, 91, 91. Yeah, I feel so sad about the fact that we didn't get to do those yesterday. Nothing I can do about it, boys. Nothing I can do about it. But then again, like a week before that, or maybe it was last week or the week before that, we also had issues on EU, like with the BattleNet. EU is just unlucky, man. Yeah, always lose to Survival Hunters, Pyro Mages. Yeah, they're tough, man. Arms bad for duels anyway. I feel like Arms, Kachikan is the only man that's been able to go through kills in a row as Arms. I feel like if he was the first one out without dampening, he definitely would have stood a chance. But it's tough. What's up, is Italian? Oh, that might be it. How are you keeping? What's up, Nick? How you doing, my man? You down? Need to go free. Need a free good editor for your vids? Nope, I'm good, my dude. I am my own free good editor for vids. Mine is the good. Arms has to go all out, or it's a meme. I feel like Arms War is really good in PvP, but the damage you just can't really get like the big burst, you know what I mean? Like it's very good sustained damage that puts pressure on you. But in terms of healing, it doesn't really do that. Like Arms can't really like Stormbolt somebody, Colossal Smash, Big Slam, Big Mortal Strike, Big Slam, you know what I mean? It really needs to get that Mortal Strike in with the debuff on the enemy, which puts pressure, have that bleed tick down on him, which also puts pressure, but like Arms just basically needs to be there for quite a bit. Most people do them, plus arenas that are online, so you can't really replace anybody. That's fine, man. That's perfectly fine with me. If you want to keep the same group, Cat, let me know, dude. Vert EXE. Let me know when you're ready, Cat, and I'll cue you guys again. What do you want to do tomorrow? What am I going to do tomorrow? We'll see, man. We'll see. Just going back to the game, locking Port Pally. Locking Port Pally? What? Hope you are, my man. BSKS, do you have a group? Made a group waiting for people to join in? Hell yeah, dude. Is it Alliance or is it Horde? So I can let them know, boys. Also, you can advertise the fact that you have a group up and running in the chat, BSKS. Level and prod pally. Go for it, my dude. They're looking really good for the next year, dude. Great off tank. Probably not the best main tank, but definitely a great off tank. He'll be tanking on the side. He'll be helping the main tank. Switch. We got ourselves Cat Chicken on Team Blue. It looks like it's going to be Lothric, Pelcher, Resistance, and Sever. Sever hopefully will have himself a bit of an easier time than I guess the only death that he had to go up against. And also we got a Team Red, we got Canyon, we got Judah, we got a swap out for Karka. We also got Lenira in here. Are you playing that sub? I certainly hope so. And Ruben coming back as an unholy TK, still trying to prove his mettle. I just realized, look at the waist and look at the legs of that elf. Like, the proportions I feel like are all kind of wonky. Is this me? Like, look at Judah Master, pretty proportional. Look at Candy, pretty proportional. Like, even Lenira, pretty proportional. And then Ruben is just like, he got some jaggies. He has some jaggedies and thighs. Gachka gonna be going up first as an arms warrior, but they're gonna send Candy against him as an arcane mage. Send someone else. Actually, who else could they send? You could send Karka, which is gonna be almost immediate death for arms warrior. Lenira, which is also immediate death. Ruben, which is most likely death. Judah, which is a definite death. And then Candy, which is basically death. I don't know. It's up to you boys how you want to do it. But it looks like Candy is going to be going up first against Kachika. That's going to be quite a hell of a game. I wonder if he went for a double charge or what kind of build he's going for. Hopefully he has himself for Flake. I mean, going up against a Destro Warlock and an Arcane Mage, I feel like you would definitely go for something like maybe Conflict and Strife, just so you can have a free space in your honor chance. You know, I wonder if Sharpened Blade's even worth it for Arms Warrior in the arena situation, right? Maybe all defensive talents might be the way to go. Like, as many defensive honor talents as you can muster. So I wonder if that's even worth. I think they're still trying to communicate who's going first, who's going last. I think they'll kind of let the cat decide. But we're a minute in. In 4 minutes, we're going to have some dampening rolling in. I think Outlaw, but it's debatable. You think so? I like Outlaw, dude. It's a lot of fun. Honestly, it's really enjoyable once you have the gear. Yeah. For me, it's Sub. Sub is also really good once you have the gear. Yeah, I think the one that doesn't need the gear at all is Assassination for PvP. For PvE and other stuff, it is different. It looks like Cat. It looks like Candy kind of wants to get at you, man. I think you better go, man. I think you gotta play with the cards you're dealt, you know what I mean? I think you just might have to, man. Oh, are they swapping? Are you guys making a swap? Who's going first? Boys, you gotta go down. Are we putting up the Rogue? The Rogue? Okay. Because the worse, the longer this game goes on, the worse the dampening is gonna get. That's all I'm saying. Are we gonna see Lenira as Assassination or Sub? That is the question. Oh, you're gonna have to go in there. Mark for Death, Kidney Shot coming down. Looks like that is gonna be a backstabs. Maybe that is an. What is that? Is that backstab? That has to be backstabs, right? Evasion coming out for Lenira. And that is going to be Vendetta. Okay, so we are going to see ourselves an Assassination Rogue. It just look like... Are you playing Dispatch? Are you playing Blindside right now? Are you playing Blindside, like the backstabby ability that Assassination Rogues get once in a while? Cheap shot coming out onto Kachikan as Lenira does catch a reset with a Garrote to follow onto Kachikan. Is going to have that underwater trick. Brocken does get a Colossus Smash onto Lenira as they're trying to get themselves a Cloak of Shadows with a bit of a self-heal rolling with the Crucible. Lenira doing quite a bit of damage to Cat. It's going to have to go for a bit of a cooldowns with a Blade Storm to follow. Lenira taking quite a bit of the master damage. Blind onto Kachikan is setting himself up into a stun right now. Needs to land those executes. Lenira is going to continue to get himself as much healing as possible. Get a shot does come out. Is going to try to see if they can catch himself a re-stealth. The advantage though, and the shadow melds are just not going to work. The mastery from Kachikan is going to keep bleeding on him, but without a leap, Kachikan doesn't really have a lot of options to deal with Lenira. Trying to go for a bit of a whirlwind, but looks like the Rogue is going to buy himself just a little bit more time. Completely exhausted all their defenses. The eyes are up. It looks like Kachikan trying to see if he can catch up. I actually almost saw exactly where Lenira is. He thought about it for a second, like, what if they're behind the pillar? That would be, maybe they try to come out and try to eat mage food. That's going to be Cat picking up the eyes immediately. Lenira better be going for mage food ASAP. That's exactly what they're doing. So Kachikan should be able to charge him, at least interrupting the feast. Can actually get an auto attack through the wall. As in BFA, the walls are just kind of wonky. No Zerka's Rage available for this one. Kachikan might as well try to get an auto attack in there, man. Might as well try to get an auto attack in through the wall, like pick up the eyes and just stand next to the wall. Lineria is going to go for food immediately. This Cat can get him this time. 4 minutes to the dampening though, boys. That's all I'm afraid of for Cat, is the dampening is going to roll in eventually. Kachika standing in defensive stance as Lineria is trying to get himself a reopener into Cat. Is going to go for a bit of that crucible damage. Kachika nab himself a little bit of a heal. Shadow Step coming up for Lineria as Kachika goes for that ward breaker and is going to try to see if he can get some damage in. Is going to go for a short war stomp just to get a little bit of damage on Lineria. They're going to go for a bit of damage onto Cat as well. Is that going to be Vendetta? It is going to be Vendetta. Does get hit with a disarm. Leap on top of Lineria. Try to whirlwind him out. Cheap shot onto Kachika. Is going to have to take that poison bomb damage into get this shot. Does have a commanding shot if things really ever go truly bad, and Lineria is just going to try to continue pumping damage into Cat, who's going to go for a bit of a self-heal, but the wound poison is going to make it tougher. Lineria is going to try to step away from Cat, but he's just not letting him go anywhere. Keeping the hamstring on the rogue the whole time. Is going to get another Warbreaker in here. Maybe can get quite a bit of damage. Still sitting in defense stance. Does get himself a Blade Storm. Will they get a shot here with an execute to follow? And is trying to see if maybe he can get a charge into Karka. Right after, he's going to Zerka Rage out of it, and it's going to probably get himself a little bit of that impending victory into an Infernal coming out in the opener. Does Kachika have a Reflect available? He does not go for a Reflect. He goes for a charge, trying to get some damage in onto Karka. Standing a little bit into that. Oh, does have a Reflect actually baited the Reflect out. Karka is not going to sling a Casbolt into him. Tricky coming out for Cat. Casbolt to follow. Could fear it. Is going to fear it. Karka is going to try to see if he can Casbolt Cat. Does land it around the corner. It was one of the weaker Casbolts, however. Kachika needs to get himself quite a bit of healing. That Infernal is not going to keep him healthy at all. That Infernal is not there just to keep you company. Gonna become flagged by Karka into a Casbolt. Does Kachika have Reflect? He lives somehow, nabbing a heal out of nowhere. Does a Reflect available right here? Is gonna get a charge into Karka. Does not have a way to self-heal, and that's gonna be a conflict rate right after. If only we started to do it a little bit earlier, Kachika might have been able to at least get the duel going against the rogue. Might have actually been able to get himself, I guess, 60% dampen. I'm just trying to help out the arms war as best I can, man. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it'll be more entertaining of a duel. Resistance is going to go for a trick out of the horror effect into a fear to follow. Does not have an interrupt to follow up. That's going to be Karka, able to get quite a bit of damage into him. Still continue to fear and drain life. Could even sling back a Casbolt right after. Trying to go for an Immolate. Is going to get a Succubus CC halfway through. Has a board to go for. And it's actually going to try to see if he can get away from Resistance, who's going to get a interrupt onto Karka for a second. That's about all he has right now. Fear to fall onto the Monk is going to be completely DR'd. He's actually going to go for a bit of a reverse harm. Is that a magic defense? One of those cooldowns. I know one of them is reverse harm. I think reverse magic, I believe, is going to be Demon Hunter, but dampen harm, dampen magic, I believe, is the monk ability. Either way, Karka not really looking all that healthy. Does get a come flag onto Resistance. Does get a horror effect. That's going to be a Casbolt right after. Needs to land a fear or Succubus CC. Does land the Succubus C, but he's actually going to go for even more damage. He's just going to put himself in such a bad position. Going to be a leg soup out of Resistance as he does have himself wall up and on. Karka does not have an answer here. And down he goes. Resistance is going to pour it back, taking him out. It looks like a couple people were running out of the center. It looked like Candy might have been running out together with Ruben. And Ruben is just going to let this guy heal to full. This man is honorable. Look at his ZK. Dude, I honestly think Ruben, you just gotta get in there, dude. You just gotta get in there and not give him a chance, man. 7 minutes in, almost 8 minutes, 16% dampening. We are going to be climbing up there in dampening, boys. As a full army of the dead coming out for Ruben, with a karma to follow by Resistance. Ruben popping AMS, trying to see if he can just deal through this karma and trying to burn through it. That is going to be some dot damage out of the karma regardless. Ruben could go for a little bit of a death pack right now. Actually, doesn't he need to go for death pack? He's actually doing just fine compared to Resistance, whose signature is proccing out right now, does not get the line of sight to grip Resistance back. That's going to be the Guardian of Azeroth slapping him from the other corner. Resistance might have put himself in a worse position. The Guardian has done quite a bit of damage. Might be death by Guardian here. Does go for diffuse magic, trying to diffuse the situation. That's going to be the pet. Rodmonger beating up Resistance on around the corner. Ruben tried to go for an interrupt. Cannot interrupt the Fist of Fury though. IBF coming out just to deal with the stun out of Resistance. Is trying to go for as much damage to get. Resistance got a touch of death rolling onto Ruben. If he survives long enough, he might actually stand a chance here. But the death calls are going gonna be enough. Did not have a defensor for those while available right now. If only resistance lived a hair longer. Lothric is up next, going for that whole backpedaling here, a bit of a backpedaling maneuver, landing a stun onto Ruben. That's gonna be death transfusion coming out for the Alliance Death Knight. Lothric popping AMS for AMS is going to be a bit of a chess match though, but Lothric popping his defenses against Ruben right now, tanking up as much as he can. He actually popped IBF, he popped Transfusion, he popped Deathpack. I feel like he just kind of has all the cooldowns together in the background. Might actually end up not paying off for him well. Ruben not looking all that healthy. Safety chicken procking out right now, trying to get some necrotics onto Lothric though. He actually might stand a chance against Lothric, stun onto the Death Knight, and Ruben does take him out. Lothric macro all his defenses in a single button. Probably not a good idea. Ruben is going to be able to get himself a full feast, and Pelcher is going to do the slow walk of honor. Just going to let this man have the most honorable duel. Oh, he's charged. Oh, he just wanted to come over here and just say hello as early as humanly possible. He just wanted to make sure, okay, he's healing. I better come up, do a quick bow, say hello, run back to my side, and now the duel kicks off. Ruben, though, not looking all that healthy without a single defensive available. AMS is back up right now, though. Trunky coming back in 16 seconds. Should have at least someone to work with, but Pelcher, all magic damage. If he does not AMS through the worst parts of that Incarn, he's going to be in trouble. Might have Death Pact available by the time they both engage, but Pelcher looking like he actually wants the DK to come to him. He's fine wasting the time, as it is in a 10-minute mark. 32% dampening, boys. It is going to be harder and harder for everybody here to heal. Maybe he's just trying to make this game last as long as possible. So Judo, in case Judo goes next, will have one of the hardest times in this duel. It means Pelcher basically has to play up to as much health as possible. He needs to get damage onto Ruben, and he needs to find a way to... I guess you have to find an angle, get some damage, let the procs kind of whittle him down, finish him off without taking even a scratch in his big old boom confer, and then prepare for the next guy. Does get a dot on one of the pets. I think it might have been a Sunfire, which might have hit Ruben. It is a Sunfire that hit Ruben. So at least he's gonna have some procs ready here, and is gonna be able to use the pet in order to gain even more resources just for freebie. I mean, Ruben is taking a bit of damage even right now. I mean, it's the smallest dot in the world, right? It's not going to do that much. But at this high dampening, especially if he prolongs the games further and further... Wait, what? What? Kenny, what he did? He's just messing with him, I think, at that point. I think he's trying to get him like, come on, play the game. Pelcher's just trying to play through the dampening. It's going to be Entangled Roots in the opener. Finally able to get some damage in, letting those resources go and slam Ruben as fast as possible. This is going to go for a little bit of a Guardian of Azeroth coming back for Ruben. Pelcher surrounded by the Guardian of Azeroth and the army that having to trinket the stun, but needs to not be out in the open. He actually needs to be line of sighting this Death Knight and the army as often as possible, because right now he's just taking a lot of damage. And Ruben, I mean, all he needs to do is just play defensive here. He got himself AMS rolling. He got himself Death Pact if things really go bad. He can get some necrotics into Pelcher, getting hit with the disarm. Cyclotronic Blast trying to come out for Pelcher. Does juke out the kick out of Ruben, but Pelcher is not going to look too good as he took all the damage while out in the open from the army. Ruben still has plenty of defenses to actually continue the duel against Sever. He's trying to go for himself for a little bit of mage food. The Demon Hunter does not give him that opportunity. Has IBF if things really ever go bad. Could IBF this damage as much as possible. Does to himself with Transfusion rolling. Trying to get as many death strikes in order to survive this. Is going to go counter-offensive against Sever, as he hasn't gone for a full metamorphosis just yet. Ruben having to go for a death pact a little bit early. Needs to get away from this Demon Hunter now. Does get interrupt onto the I-Beam. Isn't going to have any death strikes available by the time the necrotics are gone. Might want to IBF this a little bit early just to reduce how much damage is taken. Is going to have the underworld trinket procking. Oh, as he was able to finally get this necrotics, shed it off of him. He was not able to even get a global on a death strike. And Sever, with full metamorphosis, ready for the next person in the duel, and looks like it's going to be Canny on Team Red. He's more than welcome to go up there ASAP. Is Sever going to take his time? He's actually perfectly fine just waiting now for the metamorphosis. This is actually up to Sever to get in there and min-max the damage. He has metamorphosis. This is your best cooldown right now, and you're not using it. And he goes down as he gets the stun in there. Does at least get the I-Beam rolling. That's going to be rude by Canny. Looking to kite out the Demon Hunter on his metamorphosis ASAP. He's actually going to go for full cooldowns right now here. It's going to get some instant cast blasting out of those arcane blasts. He's going to get interrupted onto arcane missiles though. following that up with a bit of crucible damage, not really hitting Sever too hard. Gonna be a short imprisoned onto Kenny. Actually, Sever put himself out in the open. I think Kenny, no, he's actually not gonna go for damage. He's just gonna go for Icebox a little bit early. Just doesn't want to take all those freebie hits out of the Demon Hunter. That's gonna try to go in for a bit more slow. Safety trick coming out for Sever. Actually doing quite a bit of shielding for 53% dampening stun onto Kenny. He blinks out of it immediately. Chicken blinks out of it immediately. Sever getting locked out on Meme Beam or I Beam. Blur up and running. This is one only defensive, but he does not have any more mobility to really catch up to Kenny. Getting rooted out in the open. I think that's going to be lights out for Sever. Does go for a bit of a darkness right now. Darkness was quite valuable for him. Did absorb quite a bit of damage, but still super low. Okay, the game can go either direction. Does get himself a crucible for a bit of a self-heal. 14 minutes, and Kenny is just waiting for the team another to come to him. Is perfectly fine with it. And look like Sever, is he? Oh, what? Oh my god, you're toxic. You're toxic. Look at that toxic face of yours, dude. Imprisoned. You're gonna go to prison for being that toxic. Stun onto Kenny. With a mallet to follow, Kenny's actually gonna take quite a bit of damage from this. He's gonna get himself a shield rolling. Sever is super low on health still. He's gonna fly up in the air. Trying to get some range damage onto Kenny, but actually max ranges Sever at this point. I think Kenny is just trolling, or he's trying to get himself the safest victory ever against the Demon Hunter. Sever is at least able to get himself more crucibles as a self-heal rolling. Yeah, Kenny is just trolling at that point. He's just trying to take a picture with everybody on Team Blue, dude. He's just messing around. Sever almost getting clipped by the Arcane Orb. Does get a stun into Kenny, maybe with a bit of Blade Dance to follow. A second stun right after, actually getting quite a bit of damage. Kenny blinking into Sever. He's gonna go for a bit of a self-heal. Does blink, does Fell Rush out of the line of sight though. Out in the open with Kenny. I don't think he might have wanted to maybe chill behind the pillar for just an extra second. Kenny got himself a perfect situation, just looking to end Sever any moment. He's just messing with the guy. Instant cast coming out from Arcane Blast, and down he goes, man. That was his BM, Kenny. That was a BM, my dude. Absolute BM. Go to custom groups and five $5 duels. Just tap number 5, enter. That's all. Boris, get NA boys, get ready. I think we're gonna have one more EU duel, and then we're hopping back on an A, my man. And then we're hopping back on an A. I was like, double T, what's going on? But me and Katchika were talking. Oh yeah, I feel ya, I feel ya. Alrighty, boys. Let's get at least one more going on EU. At least one more, and then we're gonna do the good old NA. 91, 92. There it is. Hey, can you accept me on friends, please? Can you accept some more friends, please? Also, do you have anyone on a free spot? You gotta look for them. And can you accept some more friends requests, please? Can I? Let me hit accept. See what I get. Not letting me, dude. Maxed out. Replace DH with the MML. Gonna go Fury for this last. Alright, go for it, my dude. Let me know when you're ready. What currently the top class? Any class that you play, my dude. Any class you feel like playing. Got a team ready to go? BSKS. Let's get BSKS versus Katchika here, dudes. Cat, Rican, and BSKS. Let me know if you're ready, Cat. And I'll get you versus BSKS. Unless it's part of your group, and then it'll be kind of awkward. This is why I don't know anyone who was going duel. What? For PvE, Owl works for M+. Owl is pretty nutty for M+, dude. Let's see how that spec works out for the next spec, for the next tier, season. Can I get this playlist? Yeah, more than welcome to him. Ready? Perfect. And it's a separate group. Hell yes, boys. Let's go. Do a bug? I think I might have bugged. We'll give it a second. Toxic Mage? Nah, he just messed with dude. That's a lot of, all of them know each other, dude. All these guys know each other. They're all friends. I just messed with what's called Toxic. Can I play Farm US? Yes, Saber, you can. You're more than welcome to. If you're gonna go get a Rogues very quickly, I play Demon Hunter, Owl, the Rogue, and Fury Warrior. All those are good, man. What realms do we need to participate on Duels NA? Doesn't matter what realm, as long as you are on NA, dude. That's all that matters. Oh, we got a lot of team agility here. What the hell? Twitch. We got ourselves Team Red. Those guys will be kind of new. We got ourselves Alexander as a Beastmaster Hunter. We got ourselves Luki. We got ourselves also Rub as a working druid. I'm gonna guess both of them are ferals, right? Feral, pretty sure. We also got Steelers here playing Assassination, and Bin Laden, I think, as a maybe also Assassination, but I'm kind of hoping sub. But I guess we'll know in a bit. But Team Agility versus Team Kachikun is going back on a good old Fury Warrior. Prox coming in as a Feral Pelcher. More of the boomy action. We got Resistance of the Monk, and we got Sever dancing in the back as a Demon Hunter. Pelcher going up first versus the man, the legend Steelers. Got himself a nice fancy hat, landing a sap onto Pelcher. This is Assassination Rogue, so this is probably going to have like the most amount of counter against Pelcher right now. Is getting all the dots up and running. Pelcher already taking a bit of that damage. Is that Vendetta already, or is that just normal damage out of Steelers? I don't think he has, oh yeah, that is a Vendetta by the looks of it. Maybe? It's really hard to tell, dude. Wait. Oh, it is Vendetta. So that's just a lot of damage in the opener. Pelcher already having to deal with the biggest amount of damage Steelers has to put out. Pelcher not looking all that good. Having to go into that incarnation, try to go for a massive heal. Steelers does have Cloak of Shadows, could be Cloak at any moment. Does go for a Cloak and Evasion with advantage. Cheap shot onto Pelcher. We're just gonna go for a little bit of Cyclotronic out and Bear from getting interrupted onto Cyclotronic. Kidney shot to follow while Thorns are up and running. Does Steelers want to continue the damage here? Pelcher still has Incarn. Good turn around on the Rogue. Steelers continue to get himself and Venom's in a back-to-back blind onto Pelcher while he's low, while Incarnation is still running. Does Steelers get himself a clean reset here? He does with a sap. It's not super clean, but he's still able to get resets regardless. Should be able to get himself a Garrote, cheap shot, and everything. Pelcher might want to pop into cat form immediately, or bear form, or something. Cheap shot is going to be the opener by Steelers. This needs a little bit more damage onto Pelcher. Getting hit with a disarm, however. Pelcher finally able to at least get some dots. Using Crucible as a defensive, though, not using offensive. Barks get up and running, is going to pop into bear form and sit in there for just a second. Needs to get some procs for Azerites and Trinkets to really do some damage to Steelers. Is going to use at least one Crucible offensively onto Steelers. Try to get a couple of Star Surges in it, and a Lunar Strike at the very end does take him out. Needs to go for an immediate heal up right now. Needs to go for immediate health recovery with regrowth. Who is up next on Team Red? I think everybody's kind of still trying to figure out who's going next, who's going first. But that was a win by Pelcher, and it's going to be yet another Rogue. Pelcher is just... If I was Pelcher, I'd be super unhappy. I'd be like, oh, again. And it's just like, what cooldowns do I have? Barskin, almost ready. Thorns, coming up soon. Trinket, very, very soon. He might as well just hang out in the room because, dude, there's going to be a tough against a Rogue. Now, how does he want to open against this Rogue? If it's another Assassination, does he play differently? Because Steelers just threw that Vendetta into the guy. I think he is going to just AFK here until his cooldowns are back up. Bin Laden might just have to run around with an eyeball. Did he pick up the eye? He did. He is playing sub. So Pelcher at least has a bit of an idea how he could approach Bin Laden. This is a sub-rogue. He's actually going to open up with a bleed on him in the cat form. Bin Laden's going to go for full... is that blood of the enemy? Full big damage out of this big man right here. Huge Vistas coming out into Pelcher. He barskins it into a disarm onto Ben. Ben is just going to have to wait this out a little bit longer. Has evasion, has everything if things ever needed. And Ben still has those Shadow Blades rolling. It's going to be a little bit of a route onto Ben. Smoke bombing, hoping to catch a reset in between of that. Hopefully Pelcher at least gets a dot or two on him. Ben catching that reset. Shadow Strike open again. The Nablet into Pelcher. And it's going to go cheap shot in him. Pelcher Trinket and out of there immediately. Second cheap shot to follow. Ben still has himself so much damage to follow. It's going to go for a blind into Pelcher as those Thorns come up. Looking to catch a resap right after. This has landed. Clean resap. Ben doesn't even have a single dot on him. This man is actually chilling. Pelcher. Thorns are down. Barsky coming up. Might have disarm. No trinket. So every opener, Ben is just going to be able to have his way with the guy. It looks like Ben was actually... Ken's kind of walk in the other direction for a second. Not really sure if that was exactly like on purpose. Maybe expecting for Pelcher to have something. It's going to be Cyclotronic Blast after interrupt no longer available for Ben. Actually, freebie damage for Pelcher. Having to go tank up as much as possible defensively into a disarm onto Ben. Pelcher is in the bear form right now. With that disarm, has Barskin if things really go bad. Might have Thorns soon. It's going to be Incarnation right now. Does he Barskin this? That's going to be some Shadow Strikes out of Ben. That's going to be cheap shots back to back. Dodge Barskin. Cloak of Shadows coming out for Ben. Has advantage if things ever really go bad. It's going to be Thorns up for Pelcher. Advantage for Ben right now. Does Pelcher go for a random Starfall? He does not. He's just going to have to wait this out. That is his big cooldowns. Does get interrupted on the regrowth, however. Pelcher still has access to the arcane damage. It's going to be an arcane interrupt onto Ben while he's just out in the open. He's just spinning in circles, dude. That's all you can do. You can just tell the frustration for this rogue, like, oh my god, the disarms, dude. Just going to wait. Shadow Strike at 2. Pelcher is going to interrupt him on the heal again. Pelcher getting the momentary incarnation for a second. Ben might have to go for a cheap shot spree right now. He's looking to close out the game. Blood of the enemy coming out. Huge eviscerates to follow. Trying to just take Pelcher down and does end up getting the big eviscerates with a blood of the enemy. Big one-shot wombo combo. If Pelcher only had just an extra second or two into this duel, this would have been perfect. But playing against Sub-Rogue, this man came in with a plan. He's like, I'm not playing Crucible. I'm playing the big blood of the enemy. I'm just going to wait that minute 50, minute 30, minute 0.5, and get in there, blast him. Next up is Resistance. Ben is not going to have the blood of the enemy for a little bit. So all he needs to do is really get Resistance down a peg. Maybe get a trinket out of the guy or two. He's going to go with a cheap shot, a kidney shot opener, probably following up with cheap shots back to back. Quite a bit of damage on those eviscerates. Resistance sitting at half health into a leg sweep onto Ben. Did not have a defensive for it or anything. That's going to be just quite a bit of damage into Ben. Evasion is up and running, has all those images to deal with. Actually going to go for Shadow Meld instead. Just maybe even going to land a sap onto Resistance while he's low. Is that the purpose? Maybe is that the point? Just keeping him so. Actually, getting a Shadow Step interrupt onto that heal is going to get a Night Blade, another big kidney shot, force him to check out of Resistance. Cheap shot coming out for Ben, and he's just going to get as much damage as he can. Blind onto Resistance. Next blow to the enemy. Resistance doesn't even have a trinket. Resistance needs to play this perfectly right now. Ben is just looking to maybe get away from this images. Smoke bomb drop, keeping him in combat for a little bit longer. Shadow Step past Resistance does not get out of the clutches of the Monk. Vanish available, and is going to use it immediately. He used to get some sort of a sap onto Resistance while his health is somewhat lowish though. Sap does come out. Resistance is getting himself quite a bit of healing over time right now though. If Ben has Shadow Blades here, he might stand a chance. If he has them. Cold Blood available. He does have Shadow Blades. He's gonna go for the big setup. Blood of the enemy. We are seeing the blood of the enemy. Big Shadow Strikes. Huge Eviscerate. Cheap shot to follow. Eviscerate's coming back to back. Sage Trick and proccing out of Resistance. Maybe he's gonna go for a Shadow Step interrupt on him or something. Resistance try to min-max as much damage into Bim. Is gonna hit him with a touch of death. Fist of Fear not letting Bim play the game at all. Is gonna have to go for a self-heal. Might be able to wait this out long enough. Karma coming out immediately. Ben is just completely forced out from being able to do 80 damage to Resistance for a moment, but he's still quite healthy. Unless Resistance can lock down Ben, this might be over. Kid shot comes out right after Ben. Does he have the damage here? Does have a charge of Shadow Strike. Huge Eviscerate to follow into cheap shot, and down goes Vinruki. Oh my goodness, that was so good. Prox is up next. Instant trick it out of Ben. It looks like this rogue is not going to stand a chance, man. Didn't stand a chance. Price did not want to let him get the opportunity to catch a reset, wait for the blood of the enemy. He's like, I'd rather knock him out right now, get it over with. Had to go for Incarnation. It looks like it's going to be Luki Bob up next. It's going to be a bit of a Galactic Kitty versus Prox as a Fire Kitty. And Luki is getting the opener onto Prox. Big bite to follow. Thorns are up for Prox. Bashed up. He jiggles out of it immediately. Luki looking to tank up a little bit while getting some damage into Prox. Is going to continue chucking out the Crucibles back to back. Prox got it line aside, and both of those two are going to go for a little bit of a self-heal immediately. Actually, Luki is not the Worgen Druid. I was thinking that was a Worgen Druid for some reason. I thought. But it's Rubber Shark. Is that what it is? Her Shark. Yeah, Rubber Shark. Right? Or is it her Shark? I don't understand. Prox got cooldowns. So is Luki. I don't know what kind of cooldowns they have. Is that Incarnation? Could it be Berserk? It could be the one. But a safety check coming down for the Team Red. Feral getting hit in a stun lock for a second. Could Prox just having a big old bite to finish him off? Like a stag, like a deer in headlights, trying to get out of that situation. Swift Man to follow, trying to get himself rejuves rolling. Prox getting hit with a bash for a second. It looks like Luki just going to bail out of there for a minute. Looking to maybe catch a clean reset. Prox, if he can somehow get a Moonfire onto Luki, he might be good. Not line of sighting at all. Probably still has bleeds up and running. Trying to catch a reset, but it's going to be stunned by a Prox. He's got some damage rolling. Got himself another restun to follow. Big bite. Luki barely alive. Not a lot of health left. Trying to get a bite back into Prox, back into Dio form, and Prox just looking to finish this out. Bear form not going to help Luki. Try to use Crucibles as self-heal, but Prox I think has him on the run. Regrowth coming out. That's all he's got into his name though. And that big old bite finishes it off. Next up is going to be Alexander. It's like Alexander, but it's also Alec Sander. Like sand. Alec. I kind of like Alexander. It's Alexander, like if you say it fast. But I like Alec. First name Alec, last name Sander. Into immediate freezing trap onto Prox. Maledicts to follow, as Alec probably should go for a lot of damage here. Prox is going to try to see if he can wait out of Mali, but that's going to be quite a lot of pressure out of Alec as he's keeping the more on the line of sight of Prox this whole time. So, trinket available for Prox if things are going to go bad. Does have a wall up and running right now, but Alec is still looking just quite fresh right now. Prox looking to get away from Alec ASAP. There was a binding shot around the corner, but not like he's going to be able to get much value out of it. Alec getting hit with a stun back to back. Having to go for survival of the fittest. Might have to go turtle shelling this one. And Prox got himself thorns up and running. Alec got a trap on the side. Trying to get a hibernate rolling onto the pet. Looks like he's not going to be able to do it. Safe to trinket for Alec. Proc with barely any health. Does get himself one last wall. Trying to reheal. Alec is actually bleeding quite profusely. Hibernate does hit the pet. Prox got himself quite a more resources rolling for offensive pressure. Does he got random like incarnations rolling? Is that what he's going for? Maybe it is. There is an Azeroth trade, I think about it. Alec just getting bled up and nothing you can do. Prox taking him out. Big old setup. And now Rubber Shark is up next. Trying to see if he can catch up. Landing the opener onto Prox. Trick inside of it immediately. Has to play super defensive. Big bite coming out for Rubber with Crucibles to follow. Does let a short stun onto Rubber, forcing the chicken out of him. And Catchican is in a perfect position as a Fury Warrior to maybe get himself a setup onto the Feral Druid. Walling this up immediately. Catchican got himself some cooldowns rolling, but that's going to be some slows out of Rubber Shark to follow. That's going to be a charge to intercept Rubber Shark. Does Catchican go back to the double charge playstyle? Rubber Shark is power shifting every slow that Catchican puts on him and just continuing to run as best as possible. He's actually doing a really good job of that. Bash onto Cat. He's not shrinking out of it at all. Rubber Shark popping in a wall to continue staying in the combo with Cat. Got himself thorns up and running. Catchican needs to get himself a big old rampage while Reflect is rolling too. Reflect is going to be down for a second. Needs to be a little bit careful with those thorns up and running. Rubber Shark still has thorns for a quick second. But Rubber is now out of defensives. He's out of a trinket. Next time, Catchican got any kind of setup on the guy. That might be it. But Rubber, as you can see, he's just trying to stay mobile. Catchican having to trinket a root just to maintain on Rubber Shark. Just to stay on the guy. Look at the mobility. Look at the way he's moving his character. Look at the way he's just running. Trying to kite Catchican even by a hair. I mean, he's mostly staying in melee. But there is definitely deliberation to the mobility. He's trying to stay away from Cat, trying to get himself as much distance in the shortest moment possible. He's going to have to play very defensive, however. Got himself quite a few cooldowns rolling too, but Catchican just hasn't taken even a tick of damage throughout this duel for him. Regrowth still coming out for Rubber Shark. Has just tried to get himself a final reset. Is Catchican just going to leap right on top of the guy? He does leap on top of him. It's going to get him out of stealth. Rubber Shark hopefully has a trinket or I was going to say a stun. I was actually meant to say a stun, but I said trinket. And he did have a stun to reset with Cat. Does get himself a Crucible to follow. And Catchican is going to have to go for eyes immediately. Rubber Shark is just trying to buy himself as much time as humanly possible. Why is he getting cooldowns back to deal with Cat? Cat has not taken a hit of damage. Rubber Shark has been able to evade Catchican so far fairly well. Does land a main stun on the guy. And is looking to get more dots up and running. Big bite into Cat. Crucibles to follow. Now he's getting really offensive. And it's going to get him into a root. Trying to see if he can just stay away from Cat. Leaping around the pillar. But Cat is going to be there 2 inches up. Wall up and running for Rubber Shark with a little bit of thorns. Does Cat have a reflect available for it? Does have a reflect. Bash though. Stops the reflect damage completely. Rubber Shark is not just accidental bash. Did he mean to do it? I almost want to believe he meant to do it. Gonna go for a bit of a leap. Catchican leaping on top of the guy. Trying to hit him with a slow. But the power shifting is strong with Rubber Shark, making sure to use every global as much as possible to just stay offensive against Catchican. Catchican does have the underarm trinket, which is going to keep him quite healthy. Short stun into Cat, not going to keep him down for long. Rubber Shark is looking like he's going to be in execute range sometime soon. Catchican needs to catch up to the guy. Rubber Shark just trying to swim himself out of that execute range. Commanding shot coming out for Cat with a little bit of enrage regeneration. There's no way to stop this monster warrior. Looking like an execute coming for Rubber Shark. Does get a short route onto Cat for a second, but looks like it might be lights out right here with that intercept charge. And Catchican just had to run a marathon just to catch up to that Feral Druid. Well, that was very, very well played, boys. Very well done. Oh my goodness. That was just so much just high octane action back to back to back. It's not even funny. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that one a lot. Most of you guys get to play except for one Demon Hunter. But I feel like most of the guys on the YouTube side, they're gonna be like, you know what, Demon Hunter gonna play. I'm okay with that. Too many Demon Hunters dominating this duels either way. Wait, it was the Arms? He was Fury. He was the back on his Fury Warrior. That'd be insane if it was Arms, dude. Imagine if Arms had that much healing and that much like uptime on people. Holy shit. Alrighty, boys. It is time for NA. It is 5 o'clock. NA is ready. We're gonna get ourselves an NA duel for today. User rage regen, yeah, it's quite a heal. Quite a heal. Fury gets down. You had to play Fury. He tried arms for a few games at the beginning, but you have to go Fury eventually. Alrighty, boys. NA time. 5v5 1v1 duels. Let me make an announcement real quick on Discord. Alrighty. Let me know, boys. Let me know on NA if you're ready. Krager is the best. Dude, I wish Krager had to play, man. I wish Krager actually got to play. Yesterday would have been the time for Krager to play, but we never really got around to... we had internet issues last night. Had a really hard time. Full group board is awesome. We just need a second group on NA and we're good to go. Does that have to be ally? It can be alliance or horde. Either way works. What's up, Gal? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Hope you're having a good one, my man. What's up, dudes? What's up, Biff? How you doing, dude? Yeah. So today we are having a slightly longer stream than usual. Usually I stream from 5 till 7 PM EST. It is 5 PM right now. And this will be the time to get the NA duels going, boys. How do you feel about Red? They're pretty strong. So is that viable now? I got back to WoW after 9 months. ARMS always was viable for like arenas, but 1v1 duels, you're never really gonna have an easy time with ARMS for 1v1 duels. But ARMS was always viable, man. If you have the gear, ARMS can do well in Mythic Plus. ARMS can do well. ARMS can do okay in raids. It's really much a cleave spec. It's very much a cleave spec, like really bursty cleave spec. But in PvP it's very consistent. In PvP it has a Mortal Strike, in PvP it has those Rends, the Mastery Bleed. It's really, really good. Looking in pre-made? Alright, perfect, boys. We're gonna try to duel with Enhance, where to find the group. Duel Enhance, more than welcome to do. So alright, so if you guys want to join for the 5v1 duels, for the 5v5 1v1s, you go to pre-made group, player versus player, premier group, custom PvP, find group, and type in 5, enter. If you see group up and running on US, Horde, or Alliance, you're more than welcome to join up. If you don't see one, you can actually start a group of your own and get a group up and running. Viewers are welcome to do that, man. I'll just add you on Real ID queue against other groups and whatnot. Let me actually see if I have anybody else that's online. He's probably pushing. Oh, Krager. Are you in a group right now? You can start a group if you wanna. Krager's probably pushing. He's in a robot drum right now. I don't want to bother him. Oh, Night King got a group running. Awesome. And okay, that's about a Wolfie maybe. Oh, Wolfie's playing Classic. Never mind. Yeah, I hit up a couple PMs. I don't want to bother people really. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, yo, I see you playing arenas. I know you're having your fun, but can you come in here to? Yeah, it's just a community rant thing, dude. It's a community rant effort. I don't want to feel like I'm pestering. Can anyone do on Horde? Yeah, guys, I'm more than welcome to start groups. What's up, Revenge? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Happy New Year, my dude. Hope you're having a good one. Night King got 5. Beautiful, Night King. You're the fucking man, dude. You're the fucking man. Alrighty, Night King and Boris. Boris from Trapoya. I keep fucking making that joke and it keeps not being funny. I should probably come up with new material. Blade's Edge. Arena, boys. Now it is time for NA duels, boys. If you are NA, Horde, or Alliance, you're more than welcome to join groups, boys. You're more than welcome to start groups. You're more than welcome to get yourself a full team of 4 rogues. Wait, Switch. What is this? What is this? You goobers? How many more rogues can you guys get on your team, huh? You, and you, and you, and you. Why so many rogues? Oh my god, Team No Variety on Team Blue here with Pedro, Flares, Carlito, P Blood, and Demoniac. On Team Red, however, we got us as Black Stabbath. I think playing more sub. Yo, that's actually looking quite good with a Mog, those daggers. We also got us as Chill Pills as a monstrous King. Frost DK, Held Rock as a survival, Lupus on Martial Beast Mastery, and Shadow on the Demon Hunter. Good luck and have fun, boyos. Oh my god, Team Red, you guys are just gonna have to sit through so many resets, so many restarts with Team Blue. I don't envy any one of you. Is it gonna be Black Stabbath first? He's just like, I don't wanna go, dude. I don't wanna do rogues. Is it Shadow? One of you guys gotta go. It is gonna be Held Rock on the hunt for some rogues, getting sapped down in the beginning as Flares got himself shadowy blades rolling in an opener into a stun onto the pet, into a freezing trap, trinkets out of that, into a stun by that pet. Manning Better just coming up for Held Rock immediately. Let's just look at the kite away the burst out of Flares. Is actually gonna go for a bit of a disengage, but his health is super low as the Flares get so much damage shooting Flares of his own actually. The Crucibles of Flames. With a Maledict onto Held Rock. Held Rock is actually in such a bad position right now. Might have to turtle out of this. No trinket available. Just Flares end up taking him out. Oh my god, the damage out of the sub-rogue. Not even blood of the enemy. He just obliterated Held Rock. Oh my god, that was just so unfortunate. Held Rock off to a rocky start, and Flares literally committed everything into that opener. Just blasted Held Rock completely. Held Rock, my man, you'll have yourself more games. Promise you that right now. But that first one, that was rough. Don't blame anybody for not wanting to go against this rogues, dude. The first person is just going to take so much damage in the opener. Chill Pills is going to have to hold the fort now on Team Red. Getting hit with a Mark for Death immediately. What can you do, right? He's just gonna have to wait. Flares, just try to see if you can maybe get Chill Pills antsy here. Try to see if you can get him antsy. Dustin with an eye blade, cheap shot to follow. Chill Pills is just gonna have to take this opener out of Flares. This is gonna get back-to-back stuns. Is gonna go for Death Pact early. Just trying to get all that health up and running, just so you can finally get some damage to Flares. Look at together. Shadow stepped on. Flares does not go for a Shadow Step. Chain of Ice was rolling him a little bit early. Chill Pills is gonna have to go for a bit of transfusion, trying to reheal. Blind to follow as Flares are looking to catch a reset, but the DOS that he has, the Frost Fever, is actually gonna keep him in combat. Flares looking to catch a reset for a second, landing a stab on a Chill Pills. And Chill could have actually hit him with a Chain of Ice or something. Flares looking to maybe stab him again. Does he have a Resounding Protection shield or something? I think he has Resounding Protection because the dots should get him out of stealth a lot more often. Lichborn coming out for Chill Pills. He's going to have to deal with that stun. This time Flares popping in evasion. And Chill is taking so much damage in the opener. AMS coming down. Was that a Mally out of Flares? Because he's got quite a bit of damage on Chill Pills. He's going to have to go for a lot of recovery. Chills, get himself to about half his health. Cheap shots are coming out again. No Lichborn, no trinket available, no nothing. And that's going to be Flares trying to catch a reset. Got the Nightblade rolling on Chill Pills. But finally the Death Knight gets to tag the rogue. No evasion to cover him. Cloak of Shadows is all he's really... Oh no, Shadowy Duel is all he's got. I was thinking it was Cloak. But try to see if he can get a couple of those Shadow Strikes through Shadowy Duel. Chill Pills not really looking all that good on health. He's going to get himself even more cooldowns rolling. Kidney shot to follow. Trinket side of it immediately. Needs to get the ramp rolling. Flares. No Cloak of Shadows or nothing. Chill Pills not looking all that healthy. Trying to maintain himself, but he needs to balance healing and doing damage. And actually got quite a bit of damage onto Flares through that Remorseless Winter. That's all he needs is Remorseless Winter. Just keep attacking Flares. Keep hitting him. Just gets a stun behind the pillar. Chill Pills still super low. Lichborn's out of that stun. That's going to be Mally rolling on the guy. Does not have AMS. He actually does have AMS for it. Vanish coming up for Flares. He doesn't have a Cloak of Shadows. He's going to be caught out into the open, but Chill Pills does not have anything to hit off of to Death Strike. But he needs to get Flares out again. Next stun should be quite crucial. If he can get himself again another one of those Remorseless Winters and really ramp it up onto Flares, he will be in a good position. Getting to use Death Pact right now as he got to use it pretty early into the duel. So maybe that was a good use to use it as early as possible. Picking up Eyes, getting a Chain of Ice onto Flares. He's going to land that Kidney Shot. No way for Chill Pills out of this one. Might be cheap shots back to back. Necrotic down for a little bit, but now he has how much to balance the books here, man. He's going to have to balance healing himself, Runic Power, runes, as well as doing damage. He's gonna have to balance it the whole time. Chain of Ice, not letting Flares go anywhere at least. And actually Flares is completely out of cooldowns for quite a bit. Chill Pills finally able to get himself some damage in, getting that big Remorseless Winter rolling. Cheap shot onto Chill Pills. He does Lichborn out of it. Blind to follow. Doesn't have a way out of it. As Flares will start to take damage, he's gonna bail out of there, man. Just making sure to live up to the name of rogues, man. They're generally pretty most classes, most players in WoW find rogues pretty annoying. Look at these stats, man. Flares is just cheesing it. I mean, he's going for the win. He wants to win it, but he's cheesing it hard. Just all that CC, mounted up and everything. Yeah, Chill Pills definitely has a game cut out for him, dude. You better treat him like a real threat. Because this rogue, I mean, you can't treat him like a joke, dude. You cannot. That's going to be Remorseless Winter a little bit early. Maybe he might be able to run by the rogue and AoE him out with a Remorseless. It's going to be eyes picked up by Chill Pills. The players are looking to prolong the game even longer. I think he's just going to wait until Shadow Blades at this point. We're 5 minutes into this, boys. Yeah, but it's only 1%. He was probably going to wait for Shadow Blades at this point. Because he's been chilling out here for a while. Finally, Chill Pills able to go for a bit of damage. Might have to Trinket or Lichborn out of this. It's going to stun flares. No Trinket available for the Rogue for a bit. Chill Pills getting quite a bit of damage in there. No Cloak of Shadows coming out for the Rogue. So flares is still taking quite a bit of the Frosty damage. Trying to reduce the physical damage taken. Cloak of Shadows and trying to sprint out of it to catch a reset though. Trinket should be available soon. Landing a Mally onto Chill Pills. He actually wants to back up. So Flares has actually used the Maledict to his advantage, just letting Chill Pills just get off his back for a second. Chill Pills does have Death Pact if things ever go bad. He used the Death Pact earlier right now, just to at least put on cooldown and get the health pool up and running. He's gonna just have to wait out the necrotics for a little bit. He's able to get auto attacks on the flares. It is doing quite a bit of damage though. Getting a shot on Chill Pills, does not have a trinket for it, or that, or he doesn't want to use a one. An advantage comes out for flares to catch a reset. Has a trinket now. Next time Chill Pills gets a stun on the guy. He's gonna have to go for another set of eyes. 6 minutes, boys. Oh lordy. I miss when DKs could just tank in every spec of Wrath. Oh yeah. Yeah, buddy of mine played back in Wrath. He told me apparently Unholy, Frost, and Blood was basically... Deathnet was a tank in general, and you could tank in any spec, basically. You could go for a damage build, but it was basically a tank. Because it was still like vanilla talents, or like Wrath of Lich King talents, but you could like have weird builds. Kind of like how in vanilla you have a 2-hand Fury Warrior tanking. Basically that. Basically that. I mean, Flares has every cooldown available. Oh no, okay, it doesn't have every cooldown available. That's unfair to say. That's a trinket, but like, he's just gonna wait in stealth. Is he just gonna start hitting the enemy team? I guess. Is that what he's doing? What's going on? I think he accidentally hit a button. He didn't mean to. I think he just wanted to say hello to the other team. Flares though, dude, you've been waiting, man, for a whole minute. Whole minute of stealth. Got himself a bit of a self heal. He doesn't have cooldowns. He's actually waiting for every cooldown available. Is he just gonna try to all in Chill Pills at this point? Because he got himself Nightblade, Cheap Shot for Shadow Step, Lichborn coming out for Chill Pills. Might have needed that Lichborn a little bit later though, so for Flares, this is a perfect opportunity. Chill Pills is going to try to take advantage of this right now. He has much damage to Flares, does get him into a stun. Remorseless is able to do some damage in, throwing in a snowball in there. Flares dipping down to about half his health. If only Chill Pills had a Maledict or something to follow. Shadow Blade's coming out for Flares, and Chill Pills is the one retreating right now, dude. Chill Pills just like, I don't want to deal with it. You got your Shadow Blades. I don't care for it. Flares catching a restyle, getting a shot onto Chill Pills. Trinkets out of it immediately. Chill Pills is going to get hit with a Maledict. Flares probably should combo a Mally onto Chill Pills. He wants to get the damage in. That's going to be a pretty big Mally. Could go for a death pack here. Needs to go for massive heals. No AMS available. Chill Pills actually under a lot of pressure. Does not have Lichborn for this. Blind to follow as he's super low health. If he can somehow get out of the next stun and death pack immediately, he might stand a chance. Death packs right now, 20% dampening into this duel, and Flares has every actually he has no defenses anymore. I don't know when he used every defensive, but he doesn't have anymore. Sap and the Chill Pills while Necrotics is still on him. This is a perfect opportunity for Flares to really make a move. Cheap shots coming out. Lichborn immediately for Chill Pills. Try to get a slow onto Flares immediately. But Flares already was able to at least get some distance. Vanish coming out. Chill Pills on top of him. Gonna be able to break that Vanish. Could even go for a stun. Gonna be definitely a trinket out of Flares if he does get hit with a stun. Lots of ramp up damage with Chill Pills. AMS to follow in case any kind of damage coming out for Flares. Kidney shot does come out on Chill Pills. But he's doing fine right now. Stun onto Flares. The trinkets out of it immediately. Looking for a sprint. Looking to get away from Pills. Needs to land a Chain of Ice to lock down the Rogue for a second. He's able to get some auto attacks in. Flares is trying to burn his concoction as often as possible. Every 30 seconds has one on cooldown, dude. Is looking to get himself a Nightblade set up on Chill Pills to still have any more defenses. And Transfusion is coming in right now. Does not have Lichborn. And it looks like he's actually going to go down. Oh my god. What an upset. What an upset. All that against a sub rogue. And just to go down like that, that's just so unlucky. Flares had a Mark for Death available a little bit early with Shadow, in case Shadow was gonna trinket something. As a Mark for Death already on the guy, put everything on cooldown. Oh my god, dude. The sub-rogue resets are insane. You just literally waited until the very opportunity, man. The very last opportunity. Once Chill Pills was completely out of cooldowns. Does get a trinket out of Shadow with a kidney shot to follow. Looking to catch a reset from the guy. But that Imprison is going to keep him in place. Does Shadow have enough damage to finish off Flares right here? He is going to go for a Metamorphosis immediately. Flares looking to sprint out of there. Does Shadow have any mobility to catch up Flares? Is he going to be able to come back here? Looking to get some calm points. Getting the shot onto Shadow. It's actually super DR'd. He's going to get himself a bit of a self-heal evasion coming out. Finally able to tussle with the Demon Hunter for a little bit. That's going to be a stun to follow up. Shadow trying to get as much damage onto Flares. Good cloak of Shadows out of it. Probably should be cloaking this. Blind onto Shadow. How did Shadow... What did Shadow trinket? If not a blind. Because now Flares got himself a full reset. Oh my goodness. I'm actually not even upset at Shadow. I'm just wondering at this point because I thought that was a blind that he trinketed. I need to go back and review. 10 minutes in though, boys. 10 minutes. Flares has been dueling and only Shadow, only Chill Pills, only the first Hunter have even got to duel. So Lupus and Black Sabbath, man. Hopefully one of those guys might stand a chance against Flares because he's taking advantage of this opportunity of the arena. Whittling down the enemy cooldowns until they have nothing left, and that is when he pounces. Like a Subtle True Rogue should be doing, honestly. Like, that's the fantasy, isn't it? To surprise the enemy, to stalk them until they have nothing, to keep assaulting them, hit and run strats until they got nothing else. Cheap shots to follow right after. Flares get into all the cheap shots in the world. Look at you catch a full re-stealth out of Shadow after you get him super low. Shadow popping in the blur, and Flares just looking to catch a literally full reset. Shadow got nothing unless you can pick up an eye and find him early. Does get sapped in the eye immediately. This way I feel like going for an eye beam and literally healing yourself might even be the way to go. Just to last a little bit longer. Is that going to be full stun DRs out of it? Yeah, that's going to be full stun DRs. As Flares literally got every cooldown available out of Shadow. Actually does not have enough damage to follow. Is actually going to bail out. Trinkets out of that stun. Cloak of Shadows does dunk on him with a big old Crucible. And Black Sabbath as an assassination rogue looking to end this duel immediately. Mally rolling into Flares with a Vendetta right now. Getting a couple cheap shots on Black Sabbath. As Flares trying to see if he can get counter offensive here. Is he going to be able to do anything at all? He really just got himself a shadowy duel. That's really about it. Black Sabbath taking quite a bit of damage. Has evasion right now. Who Cloak of Shadows here if needed. Has a blind if anything it really goes bad. Flares does have himself evasion. Looking to maybe end Black Sabbath right now. The rogue is still holding on to a trinket. Cheap shot onto Flares. Is that enough though? Does he get him? He does get him. And Black Sabbath finally takes out Flares, the rogue. Blind onto P Blood. Immediately kill the shot right after. And Black Sabbath is looking to maybe get himself a reset. Mark for Earth ready by P Blood. Shrink it out of Black Sabbath and down it goes. Lupus is the last one left. Are we looking at Marksman? Are we looking at Beastmaster here? I think we might be looking at Marksman actually. I think we might be looking at Marks. I'm not seeing a pet. So that's going to be interesting. Does he CP Blood? Has Cold Blood. You'll find him eventually. I think he's going to flare now. Nope, sap. My rogue sense is tingled. I couldn't tell which ability was going to be used though. It is going to be a Lupus. I think as a marksman, Turtle Shell immediately as Blood tries to go for an opener. That is Shadowy Blades. So normally you'd be like, wow, Turtle Shell with barely any damage done. Lupus did trade out a cooldown for cooldown just now. But popped yet another one though. I don't know if that was a good idea. Literally popped around the fittest while in Turtle Shell. Not a good move. Not a good idea. Blood is looking to see if he can just get into the flare and sap him. Does land the sap. Trap takes him out in the open. Does Lupus walk him into a freezing trap? Does he walk himself into a freezing trap? He does. He's like, uh-oh. Oh. Whoa, what's happening with the torso? It's contorted. It looks like Lupus is going to go for steady shots. Just try to kite around P-Blood. Needs to go for that double tap rapid fire, though. Look at the steady shots, though. Steady shots to continue. Just trying to keep the kite rolling. Evasion's up for P-Blood. Aim shots. All you got to do is miss him. Does get the knockback, though, however. And Blood is going to land a Mallow into Lupus with a Crucible right after. I think Lupus is basically done for the count. Try to go for a self-heal. But unless he can get himself a rapid fire, double tap rapid fire on P-Blood, that's all he's really got. Still going for steady shots. Does go for a camo? Bane Death and camo. 56% dampening. Maybe Lupus will come back, dude. Maybe Lupus will somehow come back. You never know. Not getting a lot of healing with this high dampening. 57% dampening, P-Blood picking up the eye, get himself a vanish off. Does not walk into a freezing trap this time. Don't back up. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Wow, that was a sub-rogue fiesta, dude. This duel was a sub-rogue fiesta. I gotta give credit to the rogue that I gotta give credit to players who played that as well as he could for the most amount of, like, he wanted to win. He played to win. If that means he has to play a little bit longer games, by God, he'll do it. All right, let's get another one going, boys. Let's get another one going. We got Nando in here. Let me finish this dungeon. All right, Sav got a group 5 out of 5. Let's go. I think we want to give Night King a chance here because Boris got flares in there that basically played. We didn't get to play. Night King is the guy that Night King's group didn't get to play through variety, man. Where are we at for NA though? 86, 87, 88, 88. Wow. What an interesting duel. I want to listen to them Kragar. If Kragar wants to join me, he's more than welcome. Hey, if Kragar wants to join in, yo. Let him know right now, boys. I'll let Kragar know. Let him know right now. He's more than welcome to pop into a group, man. I can do a lot better than that. I beat that rogue and played like dog shit. Yo, that's fine, you held rock, my man. First game jitters, you know what I mean? That's what I always say. My first game, I never play well. Actually, I never play well to begin with. So, yeah, that's just my problem, though. We got Sav in here as well. Popping us in there, boys. Let's go. Boris, you're on the bench, but you're up next, boy. You're up next. Keep your group up and running. If you want to swap some people, more than welcome to. Invite Crag now. He's more than welcome to join or make his own group, or either way, boys. Either way. Do we have ourselves an enhancement Shaboy? Is that a Shaboy named Illiterate? Switch. What are these names, dude? We got ourselves Team Blue with a guy named Illiterate. I think somebody told him, hey, he was like, hey boys, what is the best spec of Shaman to play? And they were like, Elemental! But since he's illiterate, he can't read Elementals. He's like, alright, got 2 axes and 1 enhancement. Thinking that that's... and Volpera Lord with pants. What is this enhancement Shaman bonanza here? This man is ready to be Volpera. We got a Volpera Lord, we got a Illiterate here. We also got Lives. We also got ourselves Rakaji as a Feral and Twinkle Wink. Rakaji, please be out of stealth and out of counter for Melissa Dueling. Save 3 for Twinkle Wink. Lives, keep your boast to yourself. We got ourselves Black Stab with on Team Red with Chill Pills. Getting another go with Lupus in the back, Peachy, and Rogue. What class does he play? What class does Rogue play? Find out whenever he comes out of stealth and pops a Garrote. Find out, boys. Sap coming out into Literate. He is going to be going for a little bit of a different playstyle. He sees the enemy team mostly melee, so he's going to go for an altered version of Enhancement Shaman Defensive. The one that makes you immune to physical damage. That's going to be Vendetta coming out for Rogue immediately. Illiterate just going to pop into Ghost. We're just going to try to see if he can run away. Landing a stun into Illiterate behind while the Raptor's attacking him. Forcing a trinket out of Rogue, though. Illiterate is going to get himself quite a bit of healing. Is going to go for that defensive right now. Immediate defensive, but he's immune. You're popping all your bleeds on him while he's immune. Kidney shot, but he's immune to all damage, and it's such a long defensive. Oh my god, Rogue is just committing so much damage into immunity. Illiterate can't attack, but it is immune to all defensive. Big Thunder onto Rogue through Cloak or Shadows. Illiterate tried to see if he can min-max the damage. Does get himself a Thunderance Fury Totem out, trying to get the Storm Strikes in, and Rogue not looking all the hell. The same trick coming out for Illiterate. Cheat Death coming out for Rogue, and Illiterate does take him out. Lupus is up next, swapping out to that Beast Mastery. Trick coming out for Illiterate, and he might just have to send in Ghostwolf for a little bit longer here to deal with the damage coming out of Lupus. That's going to be quite a lot. This is a Beast Mastery this time, not a marksman. So the pet is going to do quite a bit here. But like a marksman, line of sight of the hunter is still super important, because the hunter needs to get the pet all riled up and ready to go. He needs to use what is it called? Am I really forgetting Beastmaster abilities? He needs to use kill commands, obviously. He needs to use Cobra shots to get more kill commands, obviously. But he also needs to use Barb shot. That's the one. Barb shot, in order to get the pet smelling blood, get the pet riled up, get the pet wanting to attack, which will increase its auto attack speed as well. But as long as you're line of sighting, like, Illiterate is actually doing fine. He actually taking down Lupus's pet, interrupting him as he goes in for a resummon, getting the Ghost Tools up and running as well. Could go for a big old setup. Sunder to stop Lupus from getting the new pet. Lupus actually in such a bad spot. Needs to go for a revive pet now, but that is a turtle shell out of him immediately. And Illiterate got quite a lot of cooldowns out of Lupus. No trinket, however, yet. Stun onto Illiterate. You're just going to have to take this damage to the face as Lupus gets this pet all ramped up and ready to go. He's going to get that Bastos going. Blood of the enemy to follow. Illiterate is going to take a lot of damage here. He's going to go for a massive defensive. The only things that are hitting him is anything that is a magical hit. And that's going to be a freezing trap. That is going to be a magical hit to stop him in his tracks for a second. You look at that Dire Bastos like, that's not looking all that healthy. Might want to get away from it. Instant raptor form, and Lupus sees a raptor, is like, yo, time to hunt. Lupus got some cooldowns rolling. He's using disengage to get offensive though, but he's going to try to use the kiting onto Illiterate as best as possible, keeping that concussive shot on him. Illiterate having to go into Ghost Wolf just to catch up to the hunter, and he's just gonna have to run through every single one of those traps. But Illiterate is looking quite healthy still. He's gonna go for a little bit of a berserk right now. Lust coming down, lots of haste available. Sunder onto Lupus, trying to get the storm strikes in, does get the rock biter at the end, and looking to catch a reheal immediately as Black Sabbath is the next man approaching. Black Sabbath already got some cooldowns rolling. There's gonna be some shadowy blades available, getting some of those stones into Illiterate, looking to end him in a moment. Illiterate doesn't really have a lot of defensives available, and down he goes. Not a lot you can do against a sub-rogue burst like that, especially being enhancement. You really don't stand a chance to begin with. Vapera Lord is up next. And in the UI, it looks like Vapera Lord has cheat death. It's not an actual cheat death, it's just kind of a bug. I think Twinkle Wink is the guy with cheat death, or maybe Rogue is the guy with cheat death, but it's kind of just maybe the guy from last duel had cheat death, which is probably likely because that was a whole team of rogues. One of them must have had cheat death, but it's a bug from last arena. Sap onto Vapera Lord. Black Sabbath landing that shot. It's a trinket wall for Vapera. Not even a cheap shot trinketed. What was that? Vapera Lord is going to get himself a counter-strike totem rolling. So Black Sabbath is going to deal quite a bit of damage to himself. Cloak of Shadow is coming out with advantage. Could have just killed the counter-strike, but actually saw the full ascendance out of Vapera Lord. Did not want to deal with it at all. That's going to be a lot. That's going to be a 3-minute cooldown just out of the window. That's so tough. That is actually super tough. As an enhancement, trust me, I know how tough it is too. I know how tough it is. I actually been trying to get blood of the enemy for my enhancement shaman, and I've been saying you to learn how to PvP so I can win more games, and it's kind of tough. But that's going to be Vapera Lord, not able to trinket any stun anymore. Black Sabbath is just going to have his way with him. He is playing a blood of the enemy build. He's going for the big stuns. That's going to be a stun to Black Sabbath for a second. Vapera Lord having to go for a Hex, landing that Hex into Black Sabbath. That's going to at least get some recovery on health. Sabbath not looking to trinket out of that at all. He can hit with a Sunder. It's going to bring him down quite a bit. Evasion is up, but Counter-Strike Totem is going to be eliminated immediately with those backstabs. Vapera Lord still looking quite healthy though, for now. Used to get himself as much healing as humanly possible. Earth Shield, or the Chicken Nugget as I like to call it, still spinning, still orbiting around the guy as best as possible. Black Sabbath though, getting that kidney shot, marked for at the Eviscerate, doesn't have Shadowy Blades though, or doesn't have, not Shadowy Blades, but doesn't have Shadow Step, or Shadow Dance. Which is going to make it quite tough for him. Trying to sprint out of there though, but Vapera Lord is not going to be able to catch up to him. Might have to go for an eye. Is going to get his Rock Boy up and running. So bad that Rock Boy does like no damage. He's good at holding aggro. Like, he's actually exceptionally good at holding aggro. If you're ever in Mythic Plus and Tank drips an aggro or someone starts hitting you, drop the Rock Boy. He never disappoints. That's going to be immediate wall for Vapera Lord. Black Sabbath is going to go for some good damage here. So that's actually the perfect wall for Vapera Lord. Getting a Counter-Strike Totem halfway through. Black Sabbath is going to Shadow Step and kill that totem. Asunder does crash down on him. Vapera Lord might actually be able to shrink it out of this blind immediately. Is he going for it? The Earth Elemental is actually at least keeping Black Sabbath in combat. He can't really shake that thing off, so that's an advantage over the Rock Boy. Well, look at his punches, man. It looks like he's actually beating up Black Sabbath quite a bit, but he's doing nothing really to him health-wise. And that's going to be Ghost Wolves up and running for Vapera Lord. He's going to go for a bit of a Bloodlust right now. Blood of the enemy coming out by Black Sabbath. Vapera Lord could shrink it out of this. Does he have anything even if he did shrink it? Cheap shots on cheap shots coming out. Vapera Lord is going to get a Capacitor Totem. Black Sabbath cloaking through it. And Vapera just looking to get the hell out of there. Does drop Earthbind Totem. Not really going to slow Black Sabbath. Does go for a Shadow Meld. No dots on him though. He does have Shadow Blades. He's just going to get right back in. Vapera Lord does have a trinket this time. With Counter-Strike Totem on the side, you probably should see the Counter-Strike, right? You can literally poke out, backstab, Counter-Strike Totem, and just go on. But is he not gonna do it? Sunder coming out of a Paralord, instantly trinketed that. I don't know if that was a good idea. Getting a shot to follow. This is where you wish you would have had a trinket. Black Sabbath trying to get as much damage up as possible. No blood of the enemy at least, so most of his damage is not used right here. It's a back and forth, and Black Sabbath just cannot finish this duel, but the Paralord is quite low. Bloodlust coming out again. Evasion to fall for Black Sabbath. Thunder's Fury Totem is not going to help a Paralord at all, though. So he's just having to go for a self-heal. Might want to get that big chicken nugget around you again, man. Urshield might need to come out because he's going to take a lot of damage. It's going to be a stun lock speed from the rogue. This is going to get himself the counter strike totem. Getting killed immediately. Kidney shot up. Didn't pre-wall this one though, so that was quite rough. Cheap shot, I think it's going to be the end. Black Sabbath might have it. Sundering coming out of a Paralord immediately either way. Capacitor totem does dodge it and does get a last few backstabs into a Paralord to take him out for that duel, dude. Double enhancement back to back. It literally came in, played a hell of a game. But Paralord came in, played quite a tough game, honestly, against a sub-rogue. And now Lives is up next. Black Sabbath, I feel like if you play the long game with the Red Pally, you will definitely be able to kill him if you play super safe. But he is going to be down on cooldowns after fighting the enhancement. I feel like it took him, not want to say anything bad, but it felt like it took him quite a bit for the enhance. Was that Black Sabbath the one that picked up the eye right now? I hope he didn't, because he won't have advantage for this. But he's got some damage to the lives though. Big blow to the enemy setup. Does he have advantage? He does have advantage. Like, he can vanish out of it. So it was Lives the one that picked up the eye. Because if Black Sabbath picked up the eye, he would not be able to vanish. Sap onto Lives to try to go for a heal. Could interrupt him on the cast. Not going to happen as those wings are looking spooky. So Stab is just going to back out of there and just wait. Don't blame him, dude. 8 minutes in, and Lives looking for the next set of ice. He's been proactive about it. Gonna go look for the rogue. He's gonna mount up immediately. The mounted up is an interesting strategy. The problem is you will never be able to outrun a Red Pally. Does sap him. This is what Lives needs to go for wider corners, wider angles. Is Black Sabbath just going to open up on him? Shadow Strike, no Hodge coming out of the Paladin. Could be going for a Hodge to stop the rogues open every single time. Cheap shot to fall after that kidney shot. Does go for a Hodge. Instant trick coming out from Black Sabbath. But he's not catching a reset. He's just staying in there. Lives, if you have yourself a set of wings right now, this would be perfect. Blind onto Lives. He bops it. Looking to maybe get offensive here. Black Sabbath could go for a Shadow Step. He does land it. He even gets himself a Shadow Melt off too. So for Lives, it's a pretty big defensive just used out of nowhere. And his Shield Avenger should be down too. Black Sabbath needs to make a play right now. He needs to make a play. Unless Lives has wings. I think this would be the perfect time. While Forbearance is up, really force bubble. Maybe no vanish. Maybe not worth. I feel like if you're Assassination, this is where you pounce. If you're Outlaw, this is where you pounce, dude. But Sub? He just used Shadow Melt, so he won't have a way out of it, or an easy way out. Dust of blood of the enemy. If this is not Force Bubble, I don't know what will. Lives getting a Hodge onto Black Sabbath. Does not have a set of wings though. Playing super defensive. Does have wings at this point. Could be a Cloak of Shadows for Black Sabbath with an evasion. Does only go for evasion. Was that not a melee? Was that not a melee? I thought he hit him with a melee for a second. Cloak of Shadows coming out for Black Sabbath right now. Lives has full set of wings for this one. That's quite a bit of damage. Cannot quite catch up to the rogue easily. Getting Shadow Stepped on again, dude. Getting juked out, man. The jukes out of Black Sabbath. Did not force a bubble out of Lives though. He does have a trinket, so that's quite bad for the rogue. Since it doesn't have like any sustained damage. Whatever burst he has going on was not enough. Does he really want to go mark for the cheap shot every time? I feel like, oh, kidney shot. I think like cheap shots could be quite as good, if not better. Nightblade, cheap shot, Shadow Strike, Dance Eviscerate, Shadow Strike, cheap shot, Eviscerate, mark for death, Eviscerate. Maybe mark for death, Eviscerate, Shadow Strike, cheap shot. It's a whole thing, dude. It's a whole thing. Lives is still looking healthy. 10 minutes in, we are at that 36% dampening, boys. Black Sabbath coming back on a trinket very, very soon. But he might just have to play a longer game, dude. Minute left on evasion, minute left on that Cloak of Shadows. Lives only has a bubble, so he has a set of wings. He might be able to make something to work here. Hodge onto Black Sabbath. He trinkets out of it immediately. Lives might want to just go for setup wings. Does get executed sentence onto Black Sabbath. They're just looking to run away from the guy. Looking to catch a flash of light. Not going to get interrupted on that Shadow Step. Needs to get himself just a little bit more damage. Blood of the enemy coming out for Black Sabbath. Lives just might have to bubble this right now. Yep, gonna have to bubble it. Black Sabbath has no way out unless he goes for Shadow Melt. He does Shadow Melt. Shadow Step and past Lives. He is out in the open. Lives could maybe try to see if he can get a Hodge on the Black Sabbath. He's not gonna go for a huge offensive. Actually letting Black Sabbath catch a reset. Sap to follow. Could have gotten interrupted on that heal just now. No Hodge would have been available right after Black Sabbath if he has any calm points ready right now. This would be perfect time to go in and really hammer down Lives. He's gonna get a Shadow Strike, Niblet to follow. Lives gets wings, but he does not go for a Hodge. That would have been a perfect time to just go for immediate Hodge. But he's going for more of a setup, dude. Taking too many globals to set up. Blind onto Lives right now. He has no way out of this. Black Stab is just looking for a full reset, just finish off Lives without ever having to even counter the guy. Probably still has calm points from there, doesn't he? If he has calm points right now, he'll get a Nightblade immediately into a stun. It'll actually do a lot of damage. Shadow Striking, Lives goes for the one global he needs, and that is a Shield of Vengeance. Force and Black Stab with the back for a second. Could Shadow Step interrupt this if you want to. Actually just gonna run. Lives does have a trinket back up, so you can trinket one of the stuns from Black Stab with Black, however, does have every defensive available. That minus a trinket. Is he actually going to wait 30 seconds for... He might as well, right? He might as well. Like, it's 30 seconds. He can wait, be patient. What is Lives going to get? What kill is he going to get? Because if the Roki does cat, make sure he has a way out of every possible situation here. Might be fine. Shadow Strike and Nightblading. Lives is not going for a stun. Cheap Shot, his blood name comes out. Trinkets out of it. More damage coming out. Black Stab is still has 10 seconds on Trinket. Lives trying to min-max as much damage as he can. Not going to be able to do too much. Black Stab is super low in health. And he does get taken down by the Rogue. Sap onto Rakaji. Not even going to be able to get an opener onto the Rogue. That was a lot of cooldowns committed by Black Stab. We are to the 30-minute mark. 51% dampening, boys. The amount of damage this Rogue has taken is very, very, very little. But the amount of time he had to spend just to get himself to this position, quite a bit though. And dampening is only going to get worse and worse and worse. Like, in a sense, it actually helps him, right? That means he can do hit and runs and catch a full reset, wait it out. The enemy has no way to self-heal really. As we get higher and higher to dampening. Rakaji is just going to sit and bear from. He's fine chilling. So now, ooh, immediate stun into Black Stab, force of the trinket out of the Rogue. Cheap Shot coming out for Rakaji, trinkets out of it as well. Cloak Shadow is coming out for Stabbath. He's just trying to min-max the damage into Rakaji. It's actually going to catch a resell for a second. Rakaji, does he get a Moonfire on the guy? He does have a Blade on him. He does have Azeroth procs flying at the guy. If he can keep him out in combat, that might be good. Rakaji looking for the dude, but can't quite get to him. Sees him. Should probably Moonfire him. Trying to see if he can cut him off. Sees him for a second. Does swipe him out. Stab is looking for a bit of a cheap shot. Is going to go for a bit of damage right now. Could go for a blind right after. Maybe a cheap shot after. Trying to get this eviscerates him. Evasion. You're just going to sit there with evasion and slam those shadow strikes. So backstabs and Rakaji actually goes for blind instead. I don't know if you want to commit both of those cooldowns into one person like that. You got the evasion and then maybe blind right after him. Or you just blind immediately and catch a full reset. Try to get a Nightblade, but he's in bear form. Stun coming out onto Black Stab with Rakaji. He's just going to stay in there, in the face. Thorns up, trying to do as much damage as he can. Letting Thorns do work. Black Stab does not have a Cloak of Shadow. His blood of the enemy is up. Does he do anything? No, the Thorns actually taking you out. Why are you pressing blood of the enemy and just committing so much damage? You played so carefully. The rest of the duels and one he slips up on. Oh my god, the Thorn. Rakaji was right to just go in aggressive there, dude. Rakaji was right to just go in aggressive. And Chillpill's just gonna have to grab some flopping fish and look for the guy. That's all he can do, dude. He got his flopping fish. He's got his beach shorts up and running. He's just looking for the dude. Come on, Rakaji, that's fish, man. That should be your favorite. You're a cat after all. Maybe that's why he shows the weapon. He's like, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Rakaji's like, resist. Resist. That's going to be 15 minutes and 65% dampening. And Rakaji, oh, flagging the Rogue just to add a bit of insult to injury. Chillpill's trinketing out of that stun is going to have to go for a little bit of a DR, a little bit of a, not DR, but GCD lock with all of his cooldowns just to get some damage rolling. That stun into GCDs. By the time the stun is over, Rakaji is already running. Chillpill's just trying to stay on the guy as best as possible. Does go for a grip. Chain device right after. His hit with that root though. And Rakaji looking like he'll be able to get himself quite a bit of healing back. Try to get himself a little bit of that Remorseless Winter rolling, couldn't quite do it. I feel like you might as well just go for Remorseless Winter stun. I feel like that might be better. Just because it comes in on its own, and if you can maintain on top of a guy, like you don't need to spend a global landing yourself a Strangulate. And looks like Rakaji is burning through every defensive available, just trying to get away from chills. But looks like he might be going down for the count. Very well played, did his best. And Twinkle Wink is the last man standing. Are we seeing an assassination rogue here? Are we seeing a sub rogue? It is going to be assassination, so hopefully less result, hopefully just more raw damage. Is it going to go for Vendetta? He isn't. Just going to go for a full stun lock setup. Try to get away. Twinkle Wink does get hit with a snowball though. It does do quite a bit of damage. MS up for chill pills for a little bit. Let's go for a little bit of a death pact immediately, trying just to have a health pool rolling, but that's going to be Vendetta out of Twinkle Wink with an evasion, just trying to backpedal to victory away from chill pills. If chill pills go down, it's going to be Peachy up next. He's already cowering from the rogue. He's like, I don't want to do it, or maybe just afraid for chill pills, seeing how low his health is. Transfusion coming out for chills into a blind by the rogue, and looks like, oh my god, that one poison dagger, dude, that one poison throw. The one knife throw into the gut takes chill pills out, dude. He must have had a trinket, like a battle guard, battle master trinket. I don't know what you call it, but like one that increases your health pool, and it just like just faded away, and just one throw in the gut, done. 17 minutes in. Twinkle Wink with only half a health, 77% dampening. Peachy with full cooldowns as a feral. Twinkle Wink, I don't know if you got it here at this point. Blind, not available. You have to play the long game in order to win. That's all he can do. So we're gonna probably go for like a 50-minute game, boys. I think it's gonna be like 30 more minutes. 75% damn, yeah, dude, it's tough. 75% damn is tough. I feel like every time we get a sub rogue in these groups, we're gonna get an insane amount of damp. You know what I mean? Because resets, they just go in until they have every cooldown. Like, they will win. Sub-rogues will win. You will lose if the game goes on long enough. There's very little you can do sometimes. But they need that game to go on for as long as... In order to get your full reset, in order to get all the cooldowns, in order to waste your time in your CDs. And it looks like Twinkle Wink is gonna, again, go also for the long game. Sap up onto Peachy. Does find a reset in between. I feel like Peachy might actually be more successful if you just go into cat form, trying to look for Twinkle Wink. You just gotta stay away from you on bear form the whole time. Unless you mount up. Because if you could somehow stealth while the eyes are still up, then you definitely would have a chance. But that would be busted if you could. Well, rogues can't technically do that. They need to vanish right as they pick up the eyes. So technically rogues can do that, but it's not an intended mechanic by any measure. Twinkle Wink looks like he's ready to go, man. He got every cooldown available. He got every defensive, every offensive. Peachy's gonna have a full go with the guy. It's gonna be Kindred Shot onto Peachy. Bash trinketed by Twinkle Wink. It's gonna be Mally with a Vendetta rolling. Peachy having to trinket that stun very, very late, though. Actually might have put himself in an unwinnable position as evasion comes up for Twinkle Wink. Can't even bash the guy. Trying to see if he can catch a reset, maybe get a stun onto Twinkle Wink. Gonna be cheap shot to follow as Twinkle Wink goes for a vanish. Another cheap shot right after Peachy having to wall this. Might need to go for as much healing as possible. 88% dampening. Blind onto Peachy. No trinket available. I think this is game. Unless Twinkle Wink makes a mistake, makes a really, really poor mistake, this is going to be over. Peachy, if he goes for a Garrote, you can bash him maybe. That's about all I can think of. Peachy might have a chance here. Does he go for a Rupture? Mark for the Kidney Shot. Toxic Blade to follow. Not a lot he can really do. Down he goes. He played that as clean as he could. Damn, that was a long-ass game, but Team Twinkle Wink wins that one. God damn, boys! God damn, you guys are making these games so long. Hey, now busy. Next time, don't understand. My English very bad. My играем в дуэли. Пятница на EU и суббота на trying to write them in Russian. I'm using like English letters, but trying to write a Russian sentence to the guy to explain when the duels happen. Дуэли начинают Okay, that's as best as I could. Basically, I said we do duels on Friday for EU, Saturday on Americas. That's the best I could think of. I could have done an A, but like Americas, North America, South America. You get the point. Sea Mark with 3 out of 5, perfect, beautiful. And I said, duels start usually every day 40 minutes ago. So 40 minutes from whatever time it is at in Russia right now. That'll be when the duels start. Every single day, so you can kind of plan, okay, this time Friday in Russian time is when duels start. I could explain like they go on for 2 hours usually, but not enough Russian. Not enough Russian in me, dude. Хорошо, спасибо. He gave me some Russian. He's like, okay, thank you, basically. Хорошо, спасибо. How to participate, you just join one of the groups, boys. If you guys want to join any of the groups for 5V5 1v1 Duels, premier groups, custom PvP, find a group, hit 5, enter on your keyboard in the search bar as Horde or Alliance for the region that we're doing. We got ourselves a group going for Dalaran 5V5 1v1 Duels with Seavark. Oh! And we got ourselves a 5-man group right here. Boris got a group, Night King still got a 5. Let's get Boris and Seavark playing against one another, yeah? Let's get Boris and Seavark playing against one another for a bit. Boris, 5. Here we go. Here we are. Trying to save the... Oh my god. Demonic, you might have to switch up your group a little bit, man. Too many rogues. That's not gonna be super enjoyable to watch, I think. There's too many rogues, man. It's gonna be reset fiesta. Let's get some variety in there, man. Spicy, bro. What's up, Skeptical Vegan Humanist 2020? How you doing, man? Do I speak Russian? I do. I do speak a little bit of Russian. Mad lad. Try to give him the pass. 5 still can't find premade saber. Make sure you're NA. I think that might be your first problem. I'm guessing, because I don't know what region you are. Okay. What? Switch. Here we go. Now we got ourselves a group. Real quick. Team Rogue with Demoniac, Flares, Carlito, Pedro, Les, and we got us a P Blood. As we saw. I don't know. Maybe we'll see a bunch of rogues get shredded, dude. Maybe we'll see rogues going through paper shredders. Carlito's gonna be going up first versus Team Red with Chill Pills. We got ourselves Seavark, I think, playing more of that. Arcane. We got Darth Revan as a big brain, dude. Big brain play out of Darth Revan. Holy crap. We also got ourselves Mystic back here, and we got ourselves Top Shelf. What is Top Shelf doing? Looks like he wants to hang out with the rogues. Gonna be a blind, but Darth Revan, as he got wings up and running versus Carlito, missing his Wake of Ashes by a hair. Looks like Carlito is kind of lagging a little bit. Cloak of Shadows coming out. Shield of Endless up and running for Darth Revan, but he's getting slowed down left and right. Trying to go for a bit of a flashlight back to back. Might be able to get himself a good setup with Carlito. Cheap shot coming out by the rogue. He's playing Assassination, eating a full Shield of Endless through the face. Not feeling all that healthy though. Is going to go for a bop for Darth Revan to try to continue the pressure on Carlito, but that's going to be vanish out of the rogue. A swift vanish. Darth Revan going for mage food immediately, dude. Trying to make sure he is as healthy as he can be. Trying to make sure he's well fed. Speaking about well fed, I am goddamn hungry, boys. Holy shit. It's going to be huge. Vendetta coming out of Carlito. Trying to min-max damage into Darth Revan. Hoping to get the bubble early out of the Paladin. Invasion up and running for Carlito. Kingdom shot to follow. Darth Revan trying not to use bubble as best he can. Has to wait out for this invasion. Carlito getting a blind onto Darth Revan. He trinkets out of it. Has a bubble. He thinks that will really go bad. Trying to min-max the damage and output pressure onto Carlito with a bit of a bubble coming out right now while he had himself a defensive already. Might want to go for massive heals unless you got a Hammer of Justice to end this duel here. Carlito with the next stun could turn around. Darth Revan, do you have anything? Get a shot to follow. Does he get to survive it here though, boys? If Madams are coming out, Darth Revan needs to go for a Hammer of Justice right now. Get himself a heal or end Carlito. Safety Trinket is going to keep this rogue alive. Wings are coming out, but Darth Revan goes down. Smoke bomb for Carlito immediately. Trying to get some dots onto Seavark. He's going to back out for a second. Got him in combat. He's going to back out of there for a second. Got that Nether Tempest slamming Carlito. He's going to get himself a sippy cup rolling. Blink coming in for Seavark. He's going to have to go for either long turns and long blinks, so might to get into melee with this rogue, which would be really bad. Carlito doesn't have a single defense, so this would be a perfect time for Seavark to really get hyper offensive with the guy. Is going to try to see if he can tag him again. Does get that Nether Tempest rolling. Carlito having to use Crucibles defensively. Does he have one on standby though? Blink coming out for Seavark. Popping in trinkets right here. Is going to get some instances into Carlito. Getting to slow out in the open. So it's going to be one Shadow Step coming out. Cloak of Shadows available. Carlito is going to land a stun onto Seavark with a melee to follow. Does he have any defenses to follow right after that? Seavark doing quite good right now. Having to go for a Temporal. is going to be able to gain, actually, not a lot of health back. I think most of it did get absorbed into Mali. Maybe if you delayed it by like a hair. That might have been the way to go. Garrote's coming out onto Seawork. Can't really stop the damage from Carlito. Having to go for a little bit of arcane missile. I think Carlito's out of options right now. And down for the count goes the first rogue on Team Blue. Pedro, a feral druid, a hard counter to what a mage is all about. This is going to get up onto Seawork. Got the bleeds up and running. Big old bite to follow and everything. Going to make it much, much harder for Seawork to really recover from this. Pedro's going to chase him to the ends of the world. Power shifting out of every slow. Seawork is gonna have to go for as much self-healing as possible, man. Fighting with the ice block this early. Might be an ice block here. Is gonna be an ice block. Pedro looking like he's just gonna get himself a full reset. That's hot that Seawork could actually steal from Pedro. If he can get some blinks rolling, if he can get him out in combat too. Does almost finds him. Needs to steal those hots immediately. That's going to be quite good for Seawork. And as he maintains the slows on the Pedro, he can quiet him around for quite a bit until the next stun's available. Pedro is actually not able to keep up with the blinks from Seawork as he's getting himself quite a bit of that health recovery. Good thing Pedro put up some rejuves on himself. He might want to keep himself clean. Not even a regrowth. Is going to get himself a swift med. Try to get a rejuve. Seawork is probably going to yoink it immediately just to maintain himself a self-heal. Regrowth's coming out for Pedro. Seawork actually going to blink on top of him. It's going to land that intro bash him to see where he trinkets out of it while coming out of Pedro. He still has renewal if things really ever go bad though. So for Seawork, right now this is going to be really all... Does he just use his normal racial just to keep maintaining no slows? I think he might have used normal racial just now. Trying to keep the slows on a Pedro, blinking around to get Pedro having again a hard time keeping up. He's going to be seeing double by the time this is over. So that's going to be a down onto Pedro, walling this up as much as he can. Might have to go for renewal while in bear form. He's going to go for renewal with a swift man immediately. Seawork is going to clean him off of any hots he's got going on. Pedro having that rejuve back up. That might not be a good idea, my man. Might not be a good idea to just popping rejuves on yourself. Because this is going to be stolen by the mage. You're basically just providing a free heal. All the mage is to come over, just blink over and take it. He'll just spell steal it. He doesn't care. He doesn't know what it's like to have personal property. He'll just spell steal that heal. 5 minutes in, boys. We're in the 5-minute mark. Opener coming out by Pedro. Did not get a rake opener. Had to go for a bash onto Seawork. Finally able to get some bleeds up and running. Seawork having to go for a temporal to try to maintain his health as best as possible. Does quite a bit of healing dealing with those bleeds. But Pedro finally was able to get himself some damage. It's looking like Pedro's the one that's trying to cut away from Seawork. Lobbing a consecrated flame at the guy, but that's about all he can do right now. And again, putting up all those hots to steal by Seawork. 5 minutes though, boys. Dude, I'm gonna pop a soda, dude. I'm actually legit hungry. I'm gonna try to stave off hunger for a bit, okay, boys? I'm gonna drink a soda, stave off hunger. My belly's at least gonna be full of something. Oh. Dude, I need a snack sometimes with these. I need like some bread. Like some toasted bread with a bit of butter and some cheese on it. I think, and some maybe like sandwich meat. That'd be so good right now. Oh my god. Trample up and running for Seawork as he's bleeding profusely. 6 minutes into this duel, with dampening only at about a 7% mark. Pedro is still trying to find a way to claw out of this one. So far, the two are at a standstill, but I feel like Pedro is just a little behind. It looks like Pedro might just be waiting for wall. He has the renewal back up. You might just have to try to find a way to all in Seawork as he's dipping right on top of the guy with a dot rolling again. Pedro better be careful of this dot right now because it's shredding right through him. Oh my god, and he's out in the open with Seawork. Might have to start popping every defensive. Looking to get a skull bash onto Seawork. Seawork is just waiting for the next skull bash and he should be good to go then. All he can do is throw crucibles, skull bash coming out just so he can land a bite. Seawork finally able to unload those arcane missiles at Pedro. Just doing so much damage to him, doing him in. Pedro, no more with the renewal. Doesn't have any more direct heals that he can work for. This is going to be still unable to catch a reset. Bash coming out to Seawork. He triggers out of it immediately. Pedro does have one more wall available. And Seawork is going to overextend a little bit too far away from Pedro for a second, hoping that the Pharaoh will still chasing after the guy. That's about all he can do. Back to the kiting spree. 7 minutes. Pedro might just have to find a good time to pop a wall or something while dealing with Seawork. I think that's about the only way he can really do it. Like, essentially, that's the only way I feel like he can come back. Although Seawork is quite low in health. The bleeds are starting to wear on the gnome mage. The bleeds are starting to wear. So maybe if Pedro just maintains those bleeds on Seawork, eventually Seawork is going to have to ice block. He's going to have to pop a defensive or something. Seaver's just gonna go for food. He's trying to get Pedro out to open. He's like, are you really gonna take the time to restart? Getting locked down on Hurricane. That could be quite bad. Seaver having to use Crucible Flame to heal himself. Defensive play. Bash into Seaver. Finally, Pedro is able to get quite a bit of bleeds onto Seaver. No Ice Block coming out of the mage just yet. He's gonna get some arcane missiles rolling onto Pedro, who is waiting for the renewal to be back up and running very, very soon. 90% dampening. Seaver making sure to spell steal any hearts off of Pedro just to keep himself afloat. Skull Bash is out for Pedro. Seaver could really just unload a lot of damage once the Skull Bash is out. No Skull Bash available for the guy. He does have 2 walls now and renewal. So Pedro playing that sub-broke playstyle, dude. Bleeds are up and running in Seaver though. Not a lot you can really do about it. He does still have dot rolling onto Pedro, so he cannot get a rake stun in there. And Seaver is the one getting really defensive right now with a invis for a second just to get that 60% damage reduction, getting a lob and a huge dot onto Pedro, popping and cooldowns, trying to min-max the damage he's putting out. Pedro has not popped the defensive whatsoever. He still has 2 walls and a renewal. He's gonna go for renewal right now together with Superman. Walling as he pops into cat form. Gonna be a Skull Bash onto Seaver. He does ice block it. Seaver could actually just do so much damage right now while Skull Bash is down. Only he has his Moonfire rolling on Seaver. He does trade out the Nether Tempest. Unless Pedro has one of those Moonfires that's like actual Moonfire that will do damage that builds calm points. I don't think it's an actually strong dot. Like just a plain Moonfire. Like a talented Moonfire, maybe. Plain, I don't know about that. Seaver again just trying to cut him around the circle as best as possible, chink it out of that bash, keeping him out in the open, trying to see if he can fake out a Skull Bash. If he can find a way to get past the Skull Bash, he might be able to just unload a bunch of arcane missiles and even arcane blast at the guy. Pedro looking to catch a reset. That's gonna be all the HUDs getting stolen for a second. Arcane missiles doing quite a bit of damage. 9 minutes in though. It's gonna be one of those two, man. One of those two getting a kill, and that might be it with Seaver landing a blink into an interrupt onto Pedro, locking him out of nature. Needs to be aware all the Skull Bash arcane missiles are gonna get ranged though. They are gonna get lined, but also max range. Seaver couldn't really get a full barrage rolling into Pedro, or get a fresh barrage rolling. Does he have food? Is he going for food? Pedro catching himself a reset. Another Tempest is gonna put him back out in the open though. He cannot catch a full reset, but Pedro right now has no cooldowns. This would be the perfect time for Seaver to really commit some big damage, to really make some saucy plays, not just juking out of the Skull Bash. This is perfect. He's gonna get hit with the root. Seaver trying to see if he can deal some damage to Pedro. Bash to follow by Pedro though, trying to get big bites onto Seaver. He's gonna have himself renewal available right now. Seaver now is the one dipping down in health. He's gonna go for a Crucible in order to self-heal, waiting out, trying to avoid the Skull Bash as best as possible. He's gonna gnome Racial out of that root from a distance. And Pedro again just trying not to use Skull Bash, just trying to wait the Skull Bash for the arcane missiles. Actually lots of damage into Pedro. Does have the rooted roll streak. Oh my god! All that! Such a long duel just to go down, and it was so fast. All Seaver needed to is get a couple of those arcane missiles while Pedro is low. He even got the Voodoo Rod trinket down. It was happened so fast. He died so fast I couldn't even commentate fast enough on everything that happened. Flares is up next though with a Garrod onto Seaver, and a Kidney shot right after, popping on a big vendetta. He just wants to take the guy out. Mally to follow, not even giving Seaver a modicum of a chance. He does go for an invis, but that's it, man. And down you go, pop like a balloon. Next up is gonna be Top Shelf X. Flare getting hit with a breath. They will try to go for a little bit of a Ring of Frost. Not gonna happen. Flare just trying to get some dots rolling on the Top Shelf and cut him around a little bit until he catch a reset. He's gonna go for more aggressive hit and runs. Try to catch a reset. Go road. Does get himself a... Was that a Vanish? He got himself a Shadow Meld actually. Not a Shadow Meld. Subterfuge. Got a quick reset for a second. Top Shelf got him out with a Pyro. Try to go for a Distract in order to stop the mage from eating, but... Don't know how effective that's gonna be. Breath into Flares, does break, getting a cheap shot onto Top Shelf. Mark for Death, getting a shot right after. Top Shelf just might have to ice block this a little bit early. Does not have breath to really follow up. Ring of Frost does hit Flares. He is gonna feign this. That's still gonna be a greater Power Blast. Is gonna do quite a bit of damage regardless. Meteor to follow as well. Top Shelf is gonna pop Combustion. Cloak of Shadows up with Flares is gonna get huge damage onto Top Shelf. He's just gonna let his Temporal heal him a little bit. Ice blocked a little bit late though. I feel like you should have ice blocked as soon as the Temporal gave you as much health as possible. That's probably the only way we're going to really get the most value out of it. Or just not pop Temporal, maybe just ice block by itself. Because Dampen is just super high right now. but top shelf is completely out of all defensive flares. Not really feeling the burn too much, even though he's playing up against a fire mage. You're a pyroblast. I mean, could be really bad. Blinking on top of flares does eat a garrote to the face. Smoke bomb still available for flares. He gazed. Oh my god, didn't even need a smoke bomb. Just chucked the fire at the guy. Just like, I see you, great pyroblast, and I raise you, a crucible of flame. Yeah. Just chucked it at him. Chill Pill's actually trinketed out of the sab, trying to catch up to flares. Getting hit with a blind instead. What a ballsy move. Trying to play up a more aggressive Frost DK against this Assassination Rogue. 50% dampening rolling up, boys. 13 minutes in. Oh my god, these have been some of the longest duels of my life. I'm gonna have a lot to trim up here, man. I'm gonna have a lot to trim. I mean, I can keep them as they are, but I feel like some of these Rogue resets, I need some trimming. This needs trimming, dude. It's like an overgrown haircut. You know what I mean? You could use a little bit of a trim. Look professional, look nice, look clean. It's actually a really good analogy. A video should be like a haircut. Professional, clean, to the point. Not super long and rambunctious all over the place. That's actually a great analogy. Oh my god, I feel like a genius now. Gonna be an opener, buy flares onto Chill Pills, Garrote cheap shot to follow. He's gonna get out of that stun a little bit halfway through with Lichborn, get himself a transfusion rolling, trying to get some damage up and running onto flares. Flares got himself an evasion rolling right now. Perfect opportunity for him to get some damage onto Chill Pills, as he doesn't even have a master rolling anymore. That's gonna be Maledict rolling Chill Pills, doesn't have a death pack. Trying to get himself as much self-healing as possible, but he can't even catch up to the Rogue. Collect a shot for flares just to make sure he has no dots on himself. Cut a full reset into a distracted Chill Pills before he can get any food. Sap short. He's gonna open up with a Garrote. Probably get himself a cheap shot. I was thinking Kinder shot, but I guess cheap shot will work too. Try to see if you can Crucible Flame him from downtown. Down goes the dots and down goes Chill Pills. Wait, what's the guild name? Shadow Chads? Was that what it was? Shadow Chads? Mischief as a feral is the last man standing on Team Red. He's the last man holding the fort. Holding the fort down. Trying to do what he can. Flares has not a lot of defensive cooldowns left, but probably has a Vendetta. He might have a blind. He used it pretty early on to Chill Pills, so you might have a blind for the Feral. If you can force a Trinket out of Mischief with a full kidney shot, get some big damage in there. Mischief Trinkets out of nowhere. Then Flares goes for a blind, reset, comes back with a Vendetta. By the time that kerfuffle happens, he should have evasion and everything available by then. Looks like Mischief is just hanging out by the eye. Oh, Phantom Eyes. Mischief takes the bait and takes the bite out of Flares, landing that opener, allowing Flares though to get a counter kidney shot rolling. This is gonna get some damage in. Not getting a trinket out of Mischief though. So Flares is hoping to maybe catch a reset. He does have Blaze of his own. He's going to get himself a little bit of a self-heal. Mischief got himself a self-heal rolling as well. Going to be Shadow Step Garrote for Flares. But that's going to be DR'd. Feral bash onto Flares as Mischief is not looking all that healthy right now. That Crucible did quite a lot of damage. Is going to get a leap on top of Flares with Thorns. Flares is going to land another kidney. Mischief is not trinketing that at all. Oh my god, Flares, you're a monster. What was that damage? It came out of nowhere. You actually killed 4 people. Flares got 4 kills. Are you kidding me? It felt like... Was it really Flares playing the whole time? Well, the longest duel was between Seawork and the Druid, but I guess he came afterwards, didn't he? Jesus, boys. Jesus, that was some monster damage. Alright, Sav got a group? Alright, let's see who else got a group, boys. Let's see who else got a group. One of y'all is gonna play against Sav. 88 or 89? 90. Yo, NA catching up with the EU right now. Telling ya. No more than 1 rogue druid next time. Yeah, actually, yo, let's seriously, Boris, cut down on the amount of rogues you got, my dude. Let's cut down on the amount of rogues we have. Yeah, let's limit the amount of rogues. This is getting silly. Let's just for the day. Just for the day. Any other day, you can come back with a full rogue team. I feel like a lot of people will. Let's cut down the amount of rogues we have, my dude. Let's get some variety in here. Let's get some variety, man. You know what I mean? Have some people hop on there also something. Someone who's playing against 4 rogues on a feral, nor does anyone want to watch him. ESP Quappy or whatever his name is. Quappy? Yeah, I feel you. I feel Night King. I feel you. I don't disagree with you, Night King. I don't disagree with him. I mean, if somebody has a rogue as a class, somebody has a rogue as a class. If you have friends that are all rogues, you have friends that are all rogues. Nothing you can do about it, right? But let's get some variety in here. Boris, look for other dudes. I'm pretty sure other guys in the chat maybe. Trying to get you guys, chat. I'm trying to get you guys into the groups. You better be thankful. Come on, you got some boys in the chat. All these beautiful bastards. You got ourselves Dracula, you got ourselves Mickey, you got ourselves Batman here. Quappy wants to join in. Davichan wants to join in. Boris. How are you gonna allow Davichan to hang out in the chat and not even take him in? I'll go get him a mage. Get more than one. Get a couple different non-rogues. Please. 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 Perfect. We're making group, got two? Perfect. Affliction, fun in BGs and rating, but open world, arena, and plus is horrible. I feel like you still play around Affliction, but they're not quite good as a Shadow Priest or anything like that. They're good on boss kills, but in terms of ad fights, they're really bad. Compared to Shadow Priest, who can actually do quite a bit of ad damage with the dots, or an easy play style, just go for literally all AoE damage and just blast things. Affliction just needs more love with the dots. Make it a group. I need one and Ali. Yo, we got more alliance groups, boys, going. Get in there. We got Nick looking for a group. Alpha Warlock works in twos. That's it. That's true. I think Affliction Warlock and a Holy Priest works pretty well. I was the Shaman Vapera Lord in Sal's group. You still need to get some more time to play, man. You need some more games. You see where I needed someone? Can I come? Go for it, man. See where I got an alliance group up and running, man. Silver got an alliance group, Nick Pop got an alliance group, Boris got a horde group, Sav got a horde group. You guys are more than welcome to look for people. Cracker, if he wants to do stuff, he might actually be pushing. It might be super late where he's at. I feel like they could fix Affliction by reducing the damage your Shadow Bolt does and increasing the damage substantially by your Corruption and Agony. And then you actually have a really solid spec. That or make Seder Corruption do a lot more damage. Just buff it by like 100%. And it'll be very similar to the playstyle they had in Legion, where it's all about spamming Seeds of Corruption because the explosion itself does a lot of damage. Man, I'm garbage. I can't made that time for Mythic 4. Yo, skeptical, veganist, humanist 2020. You gotta start somewhere, man. You know what I mean? You gotta get over that hurdle level 4 and then get in there. Alright. Seavark is still putting a group together. I'm gonna get Nick Pop though since he's ready, but I'll get Seavark right after. Nick Pop 24 and ICKPOP 24. And I called you Nick Popo for some reason. Let's get Nick Pop and Sav real quick. Just because I'll just type his name in. And we'll get Seavark versus Boris again. Or Night King versus Seavark. Either one of those works. Which dots need to hit like they did on Vanilla BC. Yeah, like once the dots hit actually hard, like Shadow Priest dots hit quite hard. Or Shadow Priest at least have a trait that makes their dots proc an extra ability, an extra dot basically. And it hits hard. I feel like if Affliction Warlocks had something like that with their traits or something like that, or just their dots did far more damage baseline, that'd be good. But yeah, I don't know. They can make it shorter duration but harder hitting dots. I mean, there's a talent to basically do that, to shorten the duration, but the dots do for the full damage faster, but it's just not that good. Unless you have like a shitload of mastery, maybe. There's something Blizzard could do about it just to make him better, but maybe they will. 8.3 is looking like a good patch, man. Which we got ourselves Team Blue with Ice Cream. You scream, I scream. We all scream for. I like nice axe. That's a nice axe. That's a very nice axe. It's a very nice axe you got there. Look at that axe, boys. Look at. I think the angles don't. I feel like the angles give me away. We got ourselves alliterated here with Rakaji, Twinkle Wink of a Butter Roller with Ice Cream going up versus Black Stabbath playing more of that sub. We got Chillpills on Team Red with Doth Revan. We got ourselves Kazoo. We got ourselves Peachy. Black Stabbath taking quite a bit of damage from Ice Cream as a pop in the whole Abomination with an IBF. Getting the pedal beefed up and ready to go. Black Stabbath actually going to get surrounded by the pet army. Getting stunned up. That's going to be Ice Cream pushing in a little bit in towards the Rogue Trinket and out of the cheap shot though. Has to go for a little bit of a death bag. His pets are all beefed up and raging. I think it's a toy that makes him that way. I don't think that's actually what they're normally like. But he looks more menacing, right? It looks like he popped the cooldown for the pets. Black Stabbath got out of the scot-free as soon as he saw the pets all go all big and red. They're like, oh, better shot of that. I ain't doing that. But Ice Cream now puts himself in such a bad situation. No IBF, no trinket available. Actually might go down in a single stun lock wombo combo. Trying to go for death strikes to keep himself alive and healthy. Kidney shot right after. Does Stabbath have enough strangulate to follow onto the rogue? And Ice Cream is able to get a death strike or two. Army of the Dead joins the fight. Stabbath out of all defensive necrotics are slowly stacking up. Ice Cream barely any health. Transfusion coming out as a big safe play. And Stabbath looking to maybe end Ice Cream as fast as possible. Got himself a bit of a reheal and a shadow meld to get out of that area, get out of the situation ASAP. Ice Cream looking to Wraith walk over there. Needs to make sure he has some sort of cooldown available. He's playing IBF. He needs to have a pet stun or something for Black Sabbath to disrupt his lockdown. Oh, he actually got the pet to combine with him. He got his own pair beefed up. He's actually gonna go for AMS before Nightblade really stabs him. He's gonna reduce some of that damage. Could go for a pet stun right now. Kidney shot follow. Black Sabbath trying to do as much damage as he can. Is he gonna be able to finish off the Death Knight? Death Knight actually, oh my god, scores a kill on a subtlety rogue. And got himself Abomination, just like, I don't know what's gonna attack me. I don't know who's in stealth. This is gonna drop this boy. Protect me. And he sees Kazoo walking up. He's like, hi, we're dueling. Kazoo's just gonna go in and shred the boy. Oh no! Don't kill him! He's lagging, don't kill him! Kazoo, don't kill him, he's lagging! You can't do that! That's cheap! Let him come back, let him have an honor duel. No, why are you... Stop! 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 No, that's... Ah. And down goes the boy. I asked him, I tried, man. I tried to fight for you. Valpera Lord is going to be up next. You got the Pan Fry looking to cook up some Demon Hunter wings, boys. It's going to be because they're dodging away from the capacitor totem, landing a stun to Valpera Lord, who's going to trinket out of it a little bit late towards the stun, and actually going to go for full wall up. But the problem is Kazoo got a lot of magical damage that's just going to go right through it. You got chaos damage that's going to go through your wall. Valpera Lord is still going to try to heal up as much as possible. Ghost tools are up and running. But as Ascendance comes out, unless you have a big blood of the aim, I don't know what you can really do against Kazoo. That kind of rhymed, actually. But Paralord's still trying to get those wind strikes in. It is getting through the defenses of Kazoo. He's going to go for a big old metamorphosis. He's like, you're not the only one who can transform into a powerful god. Haha. Stun onto Valpera Lord. It's not really looking that healthy for him. Short stun onto Valpera right after. Crucible smacking him to the side. He's got out of options and down he goes. Trying to get out of there immediately. Twinkle Wink looking to maybe get on top of Kazoo. He does get to see him with Spectral Sight. Cheap shot still lands onto Kazoo with a Garrote to follow. Not going to be getting the shot as Twinkle Wink is just looking to get away, but then Prison is going to stop him in place. Kazoo charging right on top of him is going to try to get as much damage through, but evasion should keep him healthy for a little bit longer. Unless Kazoo got more damage to follow up. That is of magical nature. Maledict. No, actually I thought it was a Mali, but it's not Mali. It's because his health is done. He's just out of health. He's trying to sit in darkness as best as he can. Blade dance on top of Twink, who is going to go for a Cloak of Shadows. Does he get the Vanish off? I think he tried to go for... He does get a Vanish off. Got himself a clean Vanish, actually. Kazoo is looking for him. Spectral Sight may be up soon. Twinkle Wing better sap him. Kidney shot instead. Trick it out of Kazoo. He doesn't have the Garrote. It's so blind. He wants to make sure he has him 100% guaranteed in the kill. That's maybe was a little bit too early of a stun, but that was actually not a bad choice. Because they did force a trick it out of Kazoo. So I think Twinkle, if he takes it super clean, super safe. Will he be DR'd on stuns? Is a blind and triple sap enough to wait out a stun DR? Garrote? Not going for stun yet. He's waiting. He's waiting. He's waiting. Kazoo getting that I-beam. He's going to have a blur up and running. Twinkle Wing does shadow step past him. Hopefully he didn't try to press getting a shot and then got dodged. Stun onto Twinkle while Kazoo has got himself quite a lot of health recovery. Dude, the demon out of health recovery still amazes me to this day. Once you go into demon form, dude, that leech. Any kind of self-healing you got. Yee. It's rough. And Kazoo looking to pick up the eyes immediately, I think. He knows the Twinkle is not going to push up this time. As Kazoo is basically at full health right now. Full-ish. Twink, though, still, if he has a Vendetta, he really could get a full one-shot wombo combo into Kazoo. Might as well use Spectral Sight just to see where the rogue is at. He actually is going to use it. Looking around, does see him. Not going to get sapped up. Getting a shot, though, by Twinkle Wing coming out. Is going to get all the dots up and running. Actually going to back up for a second. Dunking down the Crucible onto Kazoo. He's going to go for a bit of an I-beam, but I think he stopped his own I-beam. Did you DC? Did you also DC? You know, I think he DC'd. He did DC. Karma. No. Chill pills. It's karma. Chill. It's karma. Twinkle, you gotta kill him fast before he comes back. He comes back and our Chill Pills and him are attacking them both. Oh my god, come on, Chill, it's karma. Oh my god, Chill Pills intervened. Intervened by God, Frost, DK, Chill Pills. Didn't let Twinkle Wink go take the easy. That was messed up. I feel like Kazoo needs to be a sacrifice now. I feel like Kazoo needs to sacrifice himself. That should have been a death. He needs to sacrifice because Twinkle Wink now was... Twinkle Wink was just murdered. That was just not even funny. Twinkle Wink was just done wrong, dude. He just got gunned down in the streets like a degenerate. He didn't even do anything wrong. He's just a poor boy. They killed my boy. Oh my god. I like how Chupos went to intervene when Kazoo's the one getting DC'd, but when Kazoo's the one attacking Ice Cream as DC'd, he's like, nah, that's fine with that. Selective honor. I'm okay with that. Selective honor, boys. That's all it is. He just saw Ice Cream get killed in cold blood and was like, nah. Kazoo is DC'd? No. Never. But why did they have to double team him? Like, as soon as Chupos saw that Kazoo's back, he should have backed up. Let him continue 1v1ing. Yeah. I was actually okay with Kazoo getting killed by a DC because I felt like it was poetic. It was like he killed the guy while they were DC'd, he gets to die while he's DC'd. It's like karma, right? He was dishonorable and he gets killed dishonorably. But sometimes people get DC'd. What can you do? They can't play. We gotta let the next person go. Usually I'm okay with people just, if they DC'd, usually you can kill them. You're allowed to do that. It's unfair. You can give them the honor duel. You can give them the honorable death. You can wait for them to come back, and then resume if you want to. But if they DC, like, what can you do? So yeah. For Kaiju though, having to play against Chupos as a feral druid, thorns are up and running. Chupos trying to get himself a little bit of that. I still like Yamog, by the way. I really like Yamog, but he's trying to get himself a little bit of that remorseless winter. Big damage, forcing a safety trinket out of Rakaji. As he's having to tank up as he's dipping quite low. Trying to get some bleeds up and running with Chupos. Trying to get a couple of those swipes in there, so shreds. But I don't really think you can shred through this ironclad armor nearly as easy. However, he does get a couple of bleeds. Rakaji trying to get himself a reheal. Oh, actually got around Chill Pills with a full clean reset there for a second. Into Maim, does not get gripped on. I think Chill Pills is kind of waiting like, I can grip him, I can grip him. Ah, didn't quite do it. This is going to be an opener, but Rakaji finally able to get himself a rake opener. Chill Pills getting hit with a mallet, having to go for transfusion. He's going to try to probably healing through this mallet as best as possible. Might just have to heal through it, or maybe just going to wait it out. Just gonna wait it last for a bit, let it do some damage, let it prevent some killing, and then go for healing after. Bash coming out, now Chill Pill's the one. Everybody's getting DC'd on Team Red and Team Blue apparently. Rakaji, I mean, karma, and then there's karma, and there's karma, and then there's karma. It's karma for karma for karma for karma for karma. Like, this is literally karma. This is literally karma, Chill. This is literally karma. Actually karma. I literally sniped him. Alrighty, Team Red. Whoever's left in your team that's not DC'd yet, you guys are the next. It's a karma trade. It is a karma trade. I don't understand what's going on in this duel, dude. I don't understand what's going on, but it's just... It feels like scumbaggery is punished. It feels like it's a tale, guys. If you're playing on an A, you guys should be honorable to one another. If you do anything dishonorable or anything that's like, what the fuck was that? The game is just gonna punish you. I think that's what it comes down to. Rakaji in Thorns up and running, trying to get an opener onto Peachy and really got himself quite an advantage on health. Peachy turning around with a reset onto Rakaji and is trying to get hyper offensive with that incarnation damage, trying to get those shreds to really punish Rakaji on big damage, but he cannot catch up. Rakaji almost got a reset, bash into Rakaji, no way out of that bash, and Peachy popping in every defensive in the book right now. Rakaji also trying to tank up, trying to survive this damage just by a little bit. He definitely has that health advantage, but he's looking to get himself a full reheal, and Peachy landing the regrowths as well. Now it's going to be really questionable on who has what cooldowns. Peachy has one wall, no renewal. Rakaji doesn't have a single wall available. Trinket available for Peachy. If things ever really get dire, he's going to use that trinket a little bit early, trying to get out of those stuns before the bleeds really get super heavy by Rakaji. But looks like Rakaji might be able to get himself a full reset here. He doesn't go for full reset though. Bash instead. Thorns are up for Peachy, but I think he cancels them for a second. Excavate Thorns for Rakaji, where Peachy is now the one playing defense. I think Peachy got himself a macro where he pops Thorns, but if you hit it twice, like first time it'll use it, second time it'll cancel it. So I think he just keeps kind of spamming some of those Thorns macros, whatever he's got going on. But there it is. Rakaji is still trying to see if he can come back to this. The Peachy no longer with a trinket. Rakaji could just land and open and he'll be fine, but that's going to be a Moonfire. A cheeky Moonfire out of Peachy onto Rakaji. He's not going to be able to catch himself with a reset. Try to get a Moonfire or some kind of a dot onto Peachy, not going to be able to. And it's just going to have to wait for the other Feral to get the opener. Rakaji though will have a wall here. He will be able to use wall and he gets hyper offensive with Peachy. It has got a cooldown of his own, actually. If you could somehow catch a reset and catch up to Peachy, that would be perfect. Peachy looking just to get away from the guy. Is going to get hit by main. Rakaji is going to be able to catch a reset, maybe even with a rake. Landing a Maledict onto Peachy. Thorns are up for Rakaji. Peachy is just trying to heal through the Mali. It's going to be a big bite by Rakaji. Peachy just tanking up in bear form, trying to wait for renewal. Renewal is up. He's going to probably use renewal as soon as the Mali is over. Renewal comes up with a wall as well. Rakaji still has cooldowns available. Peachy is probably not going to use Thorns for a little bit. Might as well just go hyper offensive. Wait until Rakaji is really committing some damage, and then maybe use Thorns. He does have a wall though. Peachy should have a wall coming up very soon. Rakaji has a trinket, landing an opener onto Peachy, turning around with a big bite. That should be quite a bit of bleeds. Bash to follow right after, and it's looking to get a root onto Peachy and let the bleeds do a bit of work to him. Does not want to stick around next to the guy. That's going to be skull bash by Peachy, landing a stun to Rakaji, forcing trinket out of the guy. Safety trinket proc for Peachy, looking to get a regrowth or integral roots onto Rakaji, and does land it. Might be able to catch a reset. The bleeds are going to be quite big for this one. Opener by Rakaji. The rake bleed is refreshed completely. Peachy, I think, got Thorns for a second, but they got cancelled immediately. Big bite by Rakaji. And is going for a flag of ownership onto Peachy. Felt pretty confident with that one. Death Revan is the last man standing on Team Red. Landing him, I think it was it looked like maybe a Maledict or something onto Rakaji, but I guess it wasn't. Looked like he threw something at him. It looked shadowy, so it looked like a Mali, but I guess it wasn't. Rakaji has wall up and running. Death Revan does have himself eye for an eye. Shield of Vengeance on top of it. Needs to catch up to Rakaji, but it's going to be a entangle. Having to go for a Hand of Freedom. No pony to catch up to really make that shield pop onto Rakaji. And that shield does. I was thinking maybe Rakaji was going to try to get close. Maybe the shield was still going to pop in his face. Get him out of stealth. That would have been interesting. Rakaji though, no trinket, does have a wall coming up in just a few seconds. Thorns are up. Death Revan needs to pop bubble or bop. He's gonna bubble this. Might want to try to see if he can end this duel. Rakaji immediately next bob. He's just not gonna have really a viable answer for it. It will take away any bleeds, but I don't really know. If you're super low and Rakaji pops Thorns, like that's it. You can't really do anything. Hodge onto Rakaji. Does he have wings? He does not. He doesn't go for a full setup here. Trying to min-max the damage onto the Feral. Maybe this time that was a Maledict. It looked like there was a Mali, but one of them, it looks like it was a Mali by the Feral onto the Paladin, who's not going to be able to go for any self-healing at all. Needs to bop ASAP. Wall up for Rakaji right now. Death Revan probably should bop immediately as soon as you get it. Bop comes out. If Rakaji goes for Thorns right now, this would be good. Actually goes for Entangle Roots instead. Looking to maybe get a full clean reset onto Death. And then come back at him later. It looks like the only one that really lost here is literally. He's the only man that didn't really get to play. Unless Death Revan is able to bring it back from Rakaji. He is going to have no wall. Trinket is going to be available. Death Revan should have his wings up and running. Should have a trinket back up and running too. Rakaji not even bothering. Actually still end up catching a restyle. Death Revan somehow did not stop the Feral's opener. Going to be eye for an eye with wings up and running. Rakaji turns around. Thorns were up. I think he decided to disable Thorns though. Unless they just don't show up. Death Revan is going to go down right afterwards. That was hell of a duel, dude. Holy shit. I'm sorry everybody getting DC'd left and right. That's very, very unfortunate. But it's kind of funny. You gotta admit, it's kind of funny. You guys attack one another. For every transgression, you had a DC. For every dishonorable action, you had a DC. Karma at its finest. That or the servers for WoW crashing. And that could always be a bad thing. That's never a good thing. Boris with one rogue? Alrighty. We got Seawarwick's group ready, maybe? Does Night King have a group, maybe? Nick Bob just got to play, so let me know you guys are ready. Charm game, Dala got 5, the game froze, I went live on Twitch and the game froze. Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm chilling. I think I have you out on Twitch, don't I? Let me see if I can find you and link everybody. Oh, boom, do you have a group? Boom, boom, boom. Can everybody say, "Ayo"? Spar got a group. Let's go. Seavark has a full group on a minute. I believe he deceived. No. Let me see if I can find Seavarks here real quick. Seavark. Seavarks? You have the S in there? It says you're live. Yeah. I'm gonna plug Seavark stream here, boys. Real quick. I'm gonna plug Seavark see if you want to see the mage from his point of view. But they want to watch his commentary. What you could do, I think there might be a slight delay, but you could do this. You could have like my stream play the audio in the background, but you see what he's doing on his screen. So you can see what's happening and the commentary. Either way, trying to promote him. This is the boy. Alrighty. As soon as you're ready to Seavark, let me know in Real ID. I'm Boris. We got a group up with you. Spart is on the. Spart is ready, and then we'll have Spart versus either Nick, Sav, or Night King. Either one of those guys. I looked at the arenas. How does arenas work? You get another person or 2 other people, and you hit H, go to rated, which you can unless I'm 120, and queue arenas. So slow. I'm sorry. You're good. You're good. I DC'd. I went after Kaz. I DC'd because I was next in the lineup and I assumed he wouldn't be back that fast. That's when I went back because it died. Yo, Chupas, you know what it looked like? It looked like you jumped in because then Kaz actually came back and it looked like you guys double teamed him there. I understand what you were trying to do, but it looked like it was like a scum double team thing. And then, so the idea is Kaz attacked that Death Knight that DC'd at the end. He actually was running in place. And then Kaz just like tried to find a way he is at it, killed him. And then he got DC'd. I was like, karma! So then it looked like you jumped in with Kaz, attacking the rogue, double teaming him. And then you DC'd. I was like, karma! I thought it was funny. Sorry you guys are getting DC'd though. You're ignoring me, Pink. I'm not ignoring you. What the hell are you talking about? Why don't you ever do the server during the week? I can't play on the weekend. Because the weekend is when most people get to play, Pink Tricks. My man! Most people got work and school. I don't know what you do on weekends. Maybe you work on weekends. So it could be that kind of situation. Sorry, Pink. But most of the boys work or go to school. They bring back the bacon. And I'm here for the weekends. Hey, the weekends are for the boys. That's what we're doing. My game now crashed 1 sec. Haha. Okay, we're waiting for you, Seavark. We're waiting for you. Oh, I'm gonna have another sip of... I'm gonna have another big gulp of soda. I think, because I've been fucking hungry the whole time, boys. I've been starving. I think it's because I had lunch a lot earlier than I expected to. Really early lunch, like at 12. Usually eat about like 2 or 3. But my tummy has been rumbling. Plus, we're streaming longer than the regular. Like sometimes I do a 3-hour stream, but usually it's 2 hours. Maybe 2 and a tail over. But here we started at 4 to get some duels for EU. Now we're doing the NA duels. We got about 30 minutes. Maybe we'll continue on. You never really know. Could be a really long night. But I'm definitely getting hungry. Ready? Alright, cool. Seavark and... Was it Sav or Boris? Boris. Sav. Oh, Seavark. So it's Sav for some reason. Let's hope no more DC issues, boys. Let's hope nobody gets a DC. And we got ourselves Ruins of Lordaeron on. If you wanted line of sight, ha! Good luck! Ha! Good luck with line of sight! Alrighty, boys. Which? We got ourselves Team Red. Actually, no, let's go Team Blue. Just because I like going through, like... Look at that. Hold on. I'm gonna back up. Woo! So time and space. Literally going through time and space. Anyway, we got ourselves Battery playing as a Shadow Priest versus and Flares on the Team Blue with Orcus playing the Mage, Pedro playing the Feral, and Shocktastic playing I think what looks like maybe an Elemental Shaman. Oh boy, and we got Davey. Davey Chan. Thanks for the good comment. Nicely done. Yo, Davey, thank you so much for that donut. That's very, very nice of you. Can we get a hashtag Davey Chan in chat? Showing appreciation for the one donation, my man. That's very, very generous of you. On Team Red, we got ourselves Bobby Liu playing out the Fury Warrior. Boomasaur is a Destro Warlock bathing in Soulstones. We also got Seavark as Arcane Mage, Hesh as a Windwalker, and Top Shelf, I think, playing more of that fire. Oh boy, and Petra getting that opener onto Top Shelf with that Rake Stun. Big bite, rip up and running. He's already got himself the base for what he's going to be doing here. Ring of Frost coming out as Petra cannot be polymorph. That's going to be greater problem. Top Shelf might even just go full blast and damage. Does land the Meteor. Combustion to follow. And Pedro's just going to have to see if he can survive all that Fergie and Sizzle bash on the Top Shelf. He's not willing to trinket. Trying to get himself a bit of a greater Pyro Blast. Not want to do it. Should be going for a Fire Blast, Pyro, Fire Blast, Pyro. This is going to get interrupted onto Fire. Actually going to blink away. Temporal doing quite a bit of healing for him. Pedro is just relentless. Still trying to stay on the Mage. Greater Pyro Blast trying to come out. This is going to War Stomp and Cyclone to follow. But Top Shelf actually trinkets out of it as he has Cauterize coming out. Wow, that was actually quite a lot of damage, quite a lot of health lost very quickly. Pedro landed himself a restyle. Stealth still has, oh, used that Fire Breath a little too early though. Somehow Pedro did not land the Sun Opener. I have no idea. I have no idea how that didn't happen. Skull Bash on the Top Shelf on Frost damage. Might be able to get himself a greater Pyro. Pedro's just trying to run out of time. He does get himself a couple shreds to take the Mage out before he's able to eat another greater Pyro. Pedro just doesn't want to play with you guys greater Pyros, man. He just doesn't want to play with your big fiery balls, man. Just doesn't want to do it. They're really bad for his health. And they're just really, they're deadly. Hesh though, hopefully he'll have an easier time with Pedro as Top Shelf. I like some of the stuff he was doing. He was doing some, I like the opener too. That was Ring of Frost. He's just like, well, I can't poly, but Ring of Frost. And he went for damage. But he didn't go Fire Blast, Pyro Blast, Fire Blast, Fire Blast, Fire Blast, Pyro Blast, Burst combo, right? With a Meteor. I could have probably... I guess... Because he went for greater Pyro Blast immediately, right? Unless it was wrong. That's why I hesitated for a second. It's like, maybe I missed something wrong. Pedro having to go against versus Hesh. Hesh already popping in wall, get the images up and running. Pedro already at half a health. Is having to maybe go for renewal here soon. Bash onto Hesh is able to get quite a bit of setup. Getting interrupted on Cyclone, however. And that's going to be Touch of Death rolling onto this Feral Druid. Is going to be able to get out of that stun pretty quickly. In cap onto that Cyclone. Touch of Death still hit. Still trying to Cyclone. He'll be very on his health. Renewal coming out, but that might not be enough. Walling this up, trying to tank this damage as best as possible. Sprinting away from Hesh, but he is out for blood, man. He is out on a mission. He's out on a run. Pedro's still continuing to run, trying to get himself rejuves up and going. Still trying to cycle, not able to land us at all. Just giving Hesh to him over Sicilian for more damage in that case. Oh, try to get those cyclones. Very well played. Good attempt. Good attempt. I appreciate it though, dude. I appreciate the fact that it's a Feral. He wants to try to Cyclone. If only he had insta-cast Cyclones, that would have been another story, right? That would have been another story, man. Alrighty. Orcus is up next, coming in as an Arcane Mage Master over here versus Hesh. Mobility versus mobility. It's going to be two of the most mobile classes ever. However, Seavark already proved to us that Arcane Mages can beat monks. They definitely can. It just will take a little bit of effort. Orcus is going to go for full blast and damage in the opener. Getting those Arcane Blasts and a knock up onto Hesh is going to go for reverse harm for a second. He's going to try to keep reverse harm on cooldown here when dealing with Orcus. That's going to be temporal up and running, no dampening, so Orcus should have quite a bit of recovery. Hesh rolling up to the guy. And actually, one of the things, Orcus, you probably shouldn't be doing, since you can see that your enemy, that's your friend Hesh over here, is running Lingering Spore Pods. Never spell steal those, because that'll actually give him like a double proc. It's a weird way that it works. It's kind of bugged how it works. It shouldn't work the way that it does, but it basically with double proc. That's going to be Ice Block for Orcus as to try to get some damage onto Hesh, but Hesh just got way too much power from him. That's way too much. Orcus trying to see if he can just run away from Hesh, but that Ring of Poopity Bop is going to boopity bop him back. Hesh just on the run, man. Orcus is barely keeping himself away from Hesh, but next in cap leg soup is probably going to be over. Orcus does have a trinket though, so maybe that's why he's holding on to it for the next setup with a stun. But Hesh, is he actually slowed down? Are we actually seeing the monk at a point where he's just exhausted all his mobility cooldowns? Hesh actually unable to really close the gap. That's going to be a dragon kick. Davey Chan with a membership, my man. Thank you so much for becoming a beautiful member, Davey. Are you liking these duels? As Orcus deals down to a whirling dragon punch. Davey Chan, connect your stuff to Discord, man. Join the Discord down in the description below, man. You'll get a role and everything. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Can we get a hashtag Davey in chat, boys? Being a goddamn beauty. We got us a Shocktastic up next. Eating a touch of death in the open. A wall is already running. Get himself a fire elemental rolling early. Lightning lasso, but he does get himself diffused magic hedge. Gonna take quite a bit of damage here. That is also Skyfever Totem. And he actually used Royal Dragon Punch to stop him from getting knocked back so far. That's going to be a Hex trying to come out for Shocktastic. Does he get interrupted? Going to be a Ring of Boopity Bob, however. Shocktastic not even able to play the game. Trick inside of an in-cap. Trying to steal, continue the Hex. Finally, he's able to get himself a moment of respite before a Hex takes him out. Stormkeeper up and running. Karma immediately. And Shock just needs to get the hell out of there right now. Still trying to zap through it. Grinding Totem up and running. Does get a stun into Hedge. Could get himself an extra defensive. Trying to go for Crucible Storm. Lightning Lasso to Hedge. Wait, good at turning around. It's gonna be Earth Shock. Barely any health left. Shocktastic could go down. Hedge taking him out in a rising sun kick. Oh my goodness. These duels have been way too close for comfort, boys. Way too close for comfort, like it's a gut-wrenching experience. Siphon coming down for Battery, immediately Hedge taking it out to get an interrupt onto Battery. All that extra versatility is going to make him do even more damage. Fear onto Hedge though. Battery able to land a stun onto Hedge. Hopefully he's playing for a versatility, haste versatility playstyle apparently. Is the way he's supposed to play Shadow Priest if you really want to get some big damage. Mally rolling into Hedge. But he doesn't have a way to defuse it yet. He doesn't have a way to reflect it. Battery got himself a bit of a damage increase, a bit of a health increase right now with Vampiric Embrace, just embracing all the vampiric tendencies of a Shadow Priest. This is going to be quite good for him for a bit. Still has Disperse if things really ever go bad. Probably should have Light Swap. He has Flares to Light Swap too. That would have been a perfect opportunity to. He's going to have to go for Disperse a little bit early. He's going to barrage with Fist of Fury by Hesh. And Hesh should have every defense available in the book now. Might even have a Trinket back up. Batchy popping a defensive. He's going to get a leg super to Batchy who trinkets out of it. Siphon to follow. Into a stun to Hesh. Might be able to get a lot of damage in. Mind Blast right after him. Is going to get himself a shield. But that's really about all he's got in and interrupted. If he doesn't have... Batchy, you're allowed to run Life Saw, by the way. Void Shift. If you want to run Void Shift to the Shadow Priest to help you play in duels, you're more than welcome to. Flares is going to be last man standing on Team Blue. Opening with a Garrode onto Hesh. And my music just keeps crapping out on me for some reason. Kinder shot into Hesh. It's gonna be wall for Hesh. That's all he's really got. What am I saying? That's all he's really got. That's all he has over. That's all he needed to use there. Touch of Death coming on to Flares. He might just have to wait it out and advantage that Touch of Death at the very last second. Flares just not looking all that good. Just taking so much damage in the opener. Ring of Boopity Bob does get him out, but he does get to stay in stealth long enough to dodge the Touch of Death. That's going to be some damage coming out for the Rogue. Vendetta up and running. It's going to be Crucibles. Hesh might just have to go for a Karma here early, expecting a blind out of the Rogue immediately. Let's Hesh have a trinket for this one though. I think Flares might have actually outplayed him completely. I think Hesh might just not even have an answer for this at all. As long as Flares gets sort of a clean kidney shot, clean stun lock, it should be good. Garrode. Cheap shot, should be able to get all the dots up and running. Get himself maybe a stun. Kidney, no coming out kidney. Hesh is going to be able to cleanse it off. It's going to be tricking out of Flares with a Fist of Fury to follow as Mally's rolling with Hesh. But I think Flares has him. He sees a couple of those poisons, let the dots take down, let the procs happen. Hesh does not have a way of self-healing really. Mally is still on him. And down he goes. Flares taking out the smug that has been decimating Team Blue with Bobby Lou. Again, what are these rhymes, dude? I'm not even meaning to rhyme today at all, man. You're awesome, man. I'm gonna get some ice cream. Alright, Davey, go for it, my dude. Go for it. I probably landed class unknown Druid, Demon Hunter, Monk Rogue. Yeah, I can't blame you. I can't blame you. But I'm a rogue main. I know we're strong. I know we are. Bobby Lou, though, trying to see if he can deal with Flares in a leather class. Him being a plate class, although he's really wearing the minimal amount of plate. The minimalist plate. From Turalian. Was able to get himself a rampage though, so he did get himself some damage for a second. But Bobby is just not really doing that good. The dots and the auto attacks from the Rogue behind the wall is really just alone shredding him. Does let it get a shot with Crucibles right after. Probably gonna get Rupture back up. Poison Bomb proc to follow. Bobby I think is out for the count. Flares even popped evasion there the last second, just to make sure he does not get capped out by the warrior. And that's going to be Boomosaurus, the Desert Warlock up next. Picked up the eyes and picked up the scent of Flares as the pet is approaching him. He knows exactly where the rogue is at. Flares trying to see if he can get away from the pet. Might even be able to stab the pet actually. Nope, does not land the pet, but he does get himself quite a corner back here actually. Is Boomstar even going to be able to do anything? That's quite a hard corner to play around. Boom is just waiting. He's actually going to go for Cataclysm. Shadow Step coming out by Flares. Into get a shot onto Boom. The dots are up on the pet. Trying to see if maybe he can... Actually, I think he's able to use that hill for a second. The small hill as line of sight away from the pet. I think he lined aside the pet just now. Infernal coming down. Flares could vanish out of this and just break free from the burst here. Boomstar wants to go for a big old setup and sending a mallet into Flares. He could just cloak a shadows this. Boom, trying to see if he can summon another setup of pet. That's gonna be tricky out of Flares. Interrupt on a pet summon. Flares taking a lot of damage. Does get a cloak of shadows rolling. Gonna be a wall for Boomosaur with a trinket. Summoning another succubus and Flares does vanish out of there. Oh, but he does get caught in that rain of fire. That is so unlucky. If he was able to get away from that rain of fire, that would have been game for him for sure. Would be able to catch a full reset. Stun on the side. That's going to be Cataclysm. If Flares can get hit by a stun around the corner, he'll definitely get hit by that Cataclysm. Having to use Crucibles defensively at every single corner. It's rough. Can this shot into Boomosaur? The pet is most likely going to have a succubus CC. Looking to interrupt it. Does get the interrupt. The pet does not know how to juke though. And Fear is trying to come out for Boom with a mallet to follow. Wait, could Flares actually turn this right? That's a point of a big mallet. Boomstar is not going to be able to get any kind of heal at all. It's going to go for Dark Zone stability. Line aside by Flares though. That Fear does walk him in the perfect area. Perfect line of sight away from Boom, even though he tries to get from flags going. Does land a kidney and Boomstar trades out a horror effect with Flares. It's going to send a Crucible at him. Letting the dots roll and Boom having to recover on healing, probably even with the Warlock Hellstorm at this long of a game. 40% dampening. Boomstar having to use Crucibles defensively, but quite a big heal for Crucibles. That's going to be a health funnel to the pet. I think he's actually doing quite a bit of damage to himself. I think with dampening, I think health funnel still reverses the damage to your pet, but it's like percentage. So it's like, since dampening, it needs more Boom's health to heal the pet for the same amount that it normally does. I could be wrong, because it looked like he was kind of dying pretty quick because of that ability. It was weird. Getting a shot onto Boom. The pet's trying to go for a succubus CC. Does not go for it. Was that an interrupt maybe by the rogue? He's going to go for a little bit of line of sight. Reflect available for Boomstar. Safety Streaking coming out. If Flares could actually turn this around and take down Boom. Boom needs to make a play right here. Shot of Fury with a Cataclysm around the corner. Able to get some dots rolling into Flares. Does he have the Infernal back up? I don't think he does. And that's going to be Boom actually getting all the way to the other side of the pillar. Try to see if he can get Flares out in the open. Flares back there with the pet. Has dots rolling on him. Succubus CC. Boom does not have the line of sight needed. I think he's just trying to prolong the game. As he's running back to his side of the arena. Trying to let the Crucibles heal him as much as possible. Might just try to maybe go for Mage Food. I think that's what he's trying to go to. Is use Mage Food. And it looks like Flares is going to be able to kill the Succubus. Boom is going to summon a new one. And if he can keep the Succubus at bay, he might go for Mage Food. Which will force the rogue out. Oh, he's gonna go pick up the eyes and use the succubus to get the rogue out while he gets food. That's most likely what's gonna happen. Sending the succubus over there. No, not gonna go for food. Not going for the mage food. He does have Seawork on his team. Flares though having to deal with the pet does get eroded before he gets any cast off. Health funnel coming up for Boom. Look how much health he was losing, like a tick. Actually was losing a considerable amount. And that's going to be that Infernal with a stun. Trinket coming out for Flares. As he has every defensive Boom. Having to prolong this game. But Flares now, look at this boy. Has every defensive available. Having to go Evasion versus Infernal is still going to do some fire damage. Because it does have an Immolation aura around it. And a Crucible. Just a slam dunk onto Boomosaur. He's going to have to wait this out a little bit. He's going to have to wait this out. You won't have to use Crucibles defensively. Flares chilling right now still. He got himself a bit of a heal rolling. Succubus is getting resummoned for Boom, just to make sure he has a freshly summoned Succubus. Gonna be another Crucible smacking Boom in the face. At this high dampening though, even like Living Armor or Demon Armor is not really gonna get you that much healing. Flare's just gonna have to wait with his pet. Wait until the Succubus CC, and then maybe find a way to close the gap with Boom. Boom needs to spam that horror effect immediately. Death Goal needs to happen. Flares does not have a trinket though, that is the problem. Succubus Seduction. Boom. Is he going to be able to get line of sight? He's trying to see if he can land a line of sight here. Wasted a little bit of time just trying to get a line of sight in that direction. Going to be a shadow step immediately by Flares. Boom. Start trinking it out of that stun immediately out of the kidney shot. Let's go for a Dark Soul Stability. Cloak of Shadows coming out for Flares. Then he's going to land a Mally onto Boom. So he does go for Reflect. Is that going to reflect back at Flares though? Or is that going to be still full Mally? The Mally is still going to do damage. That's going to be a fear by Boom. Popping a wall. Flares popping an advantage. Cheap shot onto Boomaster. Maybe a grow right after. Succubus CC could come out. He does eat some of the Mally. Maybe Boomster just threw a Mally at him instead. Getting a shot onto Boom. No Succubus CC. He's just gonna let the dots rot him down. Does snag a Drain Life around the corner, but it's 60% dampening. What can he do? Summon Succubus coming out. Does use the Dark Iron Rachel to shed all those dots off of him. Picking up the eyes, letting Succubus get in there. Boom is right now at a standstill. At a Texas Hold'em shootout with Flares right now. And they're just fighting for every single one of their cooldowns available. Boomster making sure he has all that range so you can see Flares come from a mile away. Flares trying to see if he can just run over to Boom, hitting him with a Crucible. Not the strongest Crucible ever. Does get the pet to get some calm points off of. Getting the shot onto Boom. The pet could go for a Succubus CC. He's trying to see if he can land his side as best as possible. Is he even going to need to smoke bomb? Boomster can't actually see into the smoke. Does get a horror effect onto his Flares. He trick inside of it. Infernal into a stun. Does Boomster have anything here at all? Or is he down for the count? Reflect is up and Flares does get an Envenom at the end. Oh my god, the back and forth was just so ridiculous. And Flares does go for a little bit of a stealth in the corner. Seavark is going to get him out with an Arcane Orb. He's trying to force Seavark in here. Kidney shot to follow. Blind right after he sees Seavark Trinket. Seavark might just want to Ice Block maybe. Does he have the strongest dots on the Flares? I think he only got a... he only was able to get another Tempest. So if Flares can wait out that another Tempest, he'll be fine. Seavark then used to get the big bleeds now. Big dots. Has to get the Trinket and everything rolling. Getting a shot onto Seavark. Flare's just trying to buy himself some time. Cloak of Shadows so soon. Yeah, I don't know if Seavark is going to be able to come back unless he really pushes in. Cloak of Shadows is back up. He's going to have to play the long game now with Flares. He's just going to have to force it out. Going to be Mally onto Seavark. Flares, Cloak of Shadows, Vendetta is up and running. Ice Block coming up. He has a Vanish if he needs to. He's going to go for a Vanish. Seavark can somehow hit an Arcane Orb right at him. Does he know where he's at? Trying to go for Arcane Explosion. Sab by Flares. He's going to be able to extend the game a little bit longer. Flares, if he does have any kind of stun block rotation, he might stand a chance here against Seavark. But Seavark has the health advantage right now. Trying to keep him sapped up before he picks up the eye. Flares, I think, is just going to let it happen. And just try to see if he can survive for as long as possible. What is that Trinket? Hello? I think he just swapped out to a healer Trinket. I think that's a healer Trinket, dude. Wait, has Flares been using a healing Trinket this whole time? It's like a little totem from Mataldazar. It's a healer Trinket. Has he always been doing it? Or is he just swapped as the game is getting into this high dampening? I don't know, actually. That's going to be Arcane Missiles punishing Flares with the Crucibles to follow. He really doesn't have anything left. He needs a kidney shot onto Seavark in order to get something going. Seavark might just have to invest here a little bit early. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Didn't have Shadow Step kill. Kidney shot him in. But it could have been a Shadow Step kill there. That was so well played by the both of you. So well played. Dude, you gotta give him credit, man. That was, again, long game. Lots of long games tonight. But he really played it to the very bitter end. Him and Boom just a little back and forth the whole time, dude. It could have been anyone's game. He's playing to win, man. Can you really blame him for playing to win? Can you blame him that he's playing his class as the devs designed it to win? He's playing the class. Don't blame the player. Blame the class. Blame the devs for the way they designed it, man. I got 5.5. Sav got 5.5 people in there. Who is the 0.5, dude? Who's the Siamese twin you got in your group? Boom had to go. Can we go again? I had to go last. We could, unless there's somebody else that needs a group, like Nick or Spart. Spart had a group. Hold on. We got Spart. Let's have one Spart. Tater match. Sparta's been waiting for a bit, dude. Sparta's been really patient. I'm surprised Sparta's group didn't disband by now. But they've been waiting. And if we have time after, we can get Seavark in there too. Maybe Seavark and Nick Pop or something. Yeah. I think it'd be cool. Nicely done, guys. Top tier talent. I believe so, dude. Boom. You played really well, man. Don't give him credit. That wasn't entertaining for anyone, really? I mean... I don't know. I thought it was a really close match. I enjoyed the closeness of it. It was clutch. Switch. Like, I don't know. I liked it. I don't know what to say actually. I was gonna ask, like, I was trying not to be toxic, but I guess I'll ask it because it's still in my mind either way. Like, would it have been different if Boom won? Would it have been any different if Boom won or the Rogue won as he did? I don't know, man. He played it as well as he could. We had a lot of rogues stealth, do a lot of like cheesy stealth today. Nothing I can really do about it, man. I just enjoy what I got, you know what I mean? Alrighty, boys. Wait, switch. Neptune's going up versus Urmug in the opener. AMS up for Urmug. Neptune's also got AMS rolling. And those guys going for a chess match. It seems like there's a pawn for pawn, bishop for bishop type of play style. Both of them are just trying to pop out cooldowns back to back. It's IBF for an IBF too. Urmug not really looking all that healthy right now. He's getting beat up by the Abomination, but so is Neptune's. But somehow Neptune survives. Has, I guess, more health or more healing either way on Team Blue. Is also Literate. Let's get Sparticle in here. We got Cian. I know it's Sean, but we're gonna call him Cian and Krozu. We got ourselves Gretchen on Team Red. Human Ghoul, or not even a Ghoul, not even undead on Team Red. We also got ourselves Jib. I like the cut of your jib. Playing as a Boomy and Psyched. Oh, Psyched, how you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Haven't seen you in a while. Mally Stout, Necrotics is stacking up onto J-Boom. And Neptune's got himself Transfusion rolling, massive healing. I think at this point, with that Transfusion, nothing can stop this DK. Even those Thorns, he's like, I don't even care about Thorns. I'm just gonna Death Strike through them. Look at my AMS. Look at those Thorns. AMS counters Thorns. Rock beats paper. Actually, it's more like rock beats paper in this case, really, because Neptune's just like, F it. I know there's rules. I know it's a defensive. I'm just gonna truck right through it. Necrotics is stacking up on a J-Boom. Looks like J-Boom. Jib. The Necrotics stacking up with Jib. Looks like he's not really got anything going on by the end of it. It looks like it's only 2 minutes in and 2 boys are already dead on Team Red. Oh boy. Human Ghoul coming up next. I think it's the Assassination Rogue. By the looks of it, it is. I guess it should be mentioned, if it wasn't obvious, that Neptune's is using the Underrot Tank Trinket. As a lot of the play classes here do. So he does have a lot of self-heals, but also a lot of it is Death Strikes, right? He actually got really lucky with the double Underrot. That's like quite a decent heal, but you really do have to look at his details, like the damage he does and the healing he does, and a lot of it is just Death Strikes. This man perfected the Death Strike. He's been playing Blood DK just to make Unholy set work well. So the way the Death Strikes works, and I feel like explaining it just about every single time we see an Unholy DK, heal like a Blood DK. Blind coming out into Neptune's. Will Human Ghoul get away? The harder you hit a DK, the more Death Strike will heal for. So the more health you lost in the last 5 seconds when the Death Strike, the more it will heal. So if you take a big hit, big Death Strike, lots of healing. So if you Chaos Bolt him and the Death Strike right after, they'll heal for quite a bit. Transfusion amplifies that healing even more, making you basically healing for 100% of the damage taken almost. Especially with no dampening. Evasion up and running for Human Ghoul, getting the stun onto Neptune's, going for that AMS. Human Ghoul completely out of cooldown, so into a Strangulate out in the open, beaten up by the Death Knight and the Pets, trying to see if he can sprint out of there, trying to use the Poison Knives to slow down the DK, but nothing works. Nothing stops this man as Wraithwalk comes out for Neptune's, trying to bail out of there to get himself even at least a little bit of reset. Gretchen landing a charge onto Neptune's, looking to end this man's whole career. Neptune's getting counter-offensive here. He's just trying to go for even more damage. Gretchen popping and Reflect for a second in case Neptune's was, I guess, he would reflect some of the spells back of the Mage, right? Actually, I think, no mind, I thought that was just J-Boom. I thought that was J-Boom was the dead corpse of a Mage. One of the mages that Neptune summons is going to be Enraged Regeneration for Gretchen. Down pretty early. Neptune's got himself IBF rolling. Gretchen is actually getting barraged by all those pets. Lots of shadow damage from a distance. Like Neptune's not even doing the majority of that damage. Is going to get a charge heal from one of the pets. Does he have another charge heal into a stun? Gretchen goes down. Wait, barely. Oh no, Necrotics is so high. Here with the commanding shout does not keep him alive. He does still go down though. Not even 5 minutes in, and Psyched is the last man standing on Team Red. He got himself a trinket up and running. He's trying to get himself as much damage as possible into a full metamorphosis. Neptune's needs to get himself some massive... Psych flying up in the air. Cannot be Death Strike from above. Neptune's looking to catch a little bit of line of sight. He's actually not lining those lances all that well. Does get himself a big old Death Strikes ready, but that's going to be a trinket off of that prison. Still has Transfusion for a few more seconds. Able to recover quite a bit of health. Psych is aware of the Deathstrike playstyle. Looks like Psych might have picked up the eyes by accident, but looks like Neptunes might be closed out here unless they can somehow come back. Stun onto Psych, he triggers out of it, dropping down the darkness. Neptunes is going to get himself the underwater healing. That's going to be quite a bit. Psych tried to walk back to darkness, but those Chains of Ice, I mean, he tried to go back and then try to charge, but now Chains of Ice are in him, between him and the DK. Neptune's able to get himself quite a bit of healing back to back. Stun coming out by Psych, no way out of that stun. Does land himself the Metamorphosis to follow. Army of the Dead. Actually, Army of the Dead and Abomination coming out. Psych, is he actually gonna die? Was that a record? Was that a world record how fast the DK was able to slam out the whole enemy team with just 3 million damage, 3.1 million healing? What? That was quick. Wow. Alright. Neptune's right. What did the most damage for Neptune's? I think it might upset some of you guys if you looked at it. What did the most damage for him? So this is Dot. There was this melee. And the only ability that actually did damage for him, the only ability that you can see that we do get to see some of the pets. We don't see. Do we get to see the pet damage? Is that the pet damage? Worm robber? Because look, that's a Dot. That's a melee, so it's a passive auto attack. That's the actual ability that he plays, actual ability he uses. And I guess that's Dot. I don't really count it that much. Edge of Flame, also a Dot. Festive Strike, another ability he uses. How many death strikes did he do? 48 death strikes. 48. That's a pet attack. All passive, 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 passive. Passive. Like, so much of the damage is just passive, dude. He just necrotic striking, death striking, and pistol striking from time to time. Oh my god, dude. It has the name of a god for a reason, I guess. Neptunes, he does. Somebody get him the rank of champion. Holy shit, alrighty. Let's get Spart back in, because how's Spart's team with Neptunes, right? Let's get Spart versus Seavar, because those two didn't really get to. Seavar been waiting patiently. I think like after the last game, he just needs a faster game. We're just like, you want to have rogues in any team. So we gotta get Seavark versus Spart, because Spart's team didn't really get to play. We just gotta do those guys. Yeah. That's gotta be a record. That does have to be a record. Why is Sean banned? I don't know if it's the same Sean though. Because there's multiple Seans. I don't know if that's the same Sean. But the Sean that if you guys are talking about... No, Sean is banned for saying gamer words. Sean is banned for saying gamer words. Sean is banned because he doesn't like other people of different color. That's why. I don't think it's the same Sean, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Because that other Sean is a piece of shit. They don't like him here. You should get yourself a snack or something, man. You gotta be hungry. Dude, this is gonna be the last duel of the day, and I'm gonna go feast. That's what we're gonna be doing, boys. So give me a good one. Ah, it's the largest arena ever. This might be one of the longest games, dude. This arena is generally... Every time we get 12 on, dude, generally an experience. The Twitch. Actually... Wait, I gotta reset them. Gotta reload. Let's see. Alrighty, it's gonna be Sean versus Zach. Oh, Zachary, what's up, man? How you doing? It's gonna be Demon Hunter. Okay, actually, let's look at Team Red first. We got Zach, we got us Top Shelf, we got us Rogues XO. I got an add-on. Okay, there we go. Seavark and Bobby Lou versus Team Blue with Crozer, Illiterate, Neptunes, Spart, and Sean Bean, the big Bean himself, into a touch of death onto Alexiu. Zachary going for the trinket into a wall right now. Sean trying to see if he can try to get some damage onto Zach to follow I-Beam right after into a little bit of a... I forget what's it called. Spearhand Strike? I'm pretty sure that's the intro called. I don't know why I wanted to say specific, like pummel or kick or counterspell. I wanted to Spearhand Strike. I could have just said kick and that would have been fine. I don't know why. I guess I forgot about it for a second. Holy shit. It's gonna be a big old meta right now by Zach, Sean, Poppin, and Karma. Is Zach really want to go for damage? Is gonna get himself in a bit of an imprison on to Sean 1 minute in. Let's look to get right back in there. Min-max the amount of damage you can put out while meta is up. Sean having to go for a little bit of a self-heal as fast as he can. What a lumberjack outfit, dude. Was that hitty? What a lumberjack outfit. Gonna be in cap on Zach. Yeah, actually, his metamorphosis still rolling, but he can't quite catch up and really secure down Sean. Finally landing a stun with a little bit of a blade dance. Needs to get just a little bit more damage. Ring of boopity bop coming down by Zach, and Sean going a long way to a whole nother pillar. And it looks like Zachary did struggle a little bit with that ring of peace for a second. Sean having to go for a little bit of a port up, and that was really Zachary's like biggest damage right here. He still can't come back, but now Sean should have some defenses coming back little by little. So far, that's why I'm not a huge fan of this big of an arena, boys. That's why I'm not a huge fan of this big ass arena. You know what I mean? Antisocial lumberjack. I guess that's the way to do it. Zach is literally going to sleep. Should we change up the arena, boys? Should we, guys? Question: should we change the arena? I want to go maybe to a smaller arena. We can have exactly the same order. I think this arena is way too big, dude. It's gonna be just a lot of like. It's gonna be a lot of that, yeah. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a big ass arena, man. Yeah, Spart, Seavark, Bale. Spart and Seavark, Bale, real quick, boys. Alrighty. Seavark, Bale. Hold on one sec. I got a perfect arena for this, boys. Alrighty. Let me know when you are ready, boys. Alrighty. Let me know when you're ready. I think we're set. I got a perfect arena for you guys. I got a perfect arena for all of you. Am I that crazy one with the blades pretty open? Yeah, go for it, dude. Seawork, let me know when you're ready. Ready. Alright, Spartan, let me know when you're ready. I got a perfect arena. I like this one the most. You guys probably know what it is. We'll see when Spartan's ready. Yeah, that's too big of an arena, man. It's gonna be a lot of just running and hiding and shit like that. Crazy one with the blades pretty open. Yeah. Seavark and Spart. Yo, should we have Spart versus Seavark? Maybe we'll have you guys one duel at one point. Might have done that at some point. Maybe, dude. Maybe. That would be a good time to do it. Alrighty. I think... Okay, I did random arena. So hopefully we don't get the same arena. But I think the next arena might be a specific one. Wait. Okay. So that's perfect. I'm gonna hold on, gonna Alright, I actually accidentally did random arena, but at least I would have done a different arena. But now that I accidentally... It bugged, the arena thing bugged just now. So now I can do a specific arena. The one that I wanted in the first place. Think we're good? It didn't cube. What the fuck? It didn't work. Now it works, okay. Okay, it's bugging out on my end now. That's a new one, where it puts me in a party and then ditches me. Okay, yeah, it's bugging me now. Let me log off, log in. This is bugging. It's bugging. I didn't have a monk run from Demon Hunter. I know, right? But it's good. It's good that he did that. Okay, Spart, Seavark, 5. You got a queue, but nothing's popping. You gotta. I think you have to leave the queue, boys. Leave queue. Leave queue. Of course it will bug out. Of course it will bug out at the very last deal, dude. It's okay. At least we're not lagging. At least we're not DCing left and right. Cannot be that sad, honestly. Okay. Hold! It keeps putting me in a party for some reason. Trying again. It keeps putting me in a party. You see that? The game keeps putting me in a party. It's so weird. It's not working on our end. Yeah, I tried logging off, logging on, but... Is it because I'm doing specific map name? Because it worked before. Trying again. Yeah, it keeps putting me in... Is Spark Group not out there? No, they're out. They're chilling. Try Mugam and others. I wouldn't do a hook point, but... Let me do random. Let me do random. Because any map besides Toveron should be good. Seawork, Spart, 5. We'll do random. And hope we don't get the same map. It should work. Perfect. It is the random arena hook point. Wow, can you believe it? Amazing. It's actually the map that I wanted. I literally just did a random arena and gave me a hook point. There is... Someone's watching out there in Blizzard. Someone's watching. I'm like, let me help you. Probably. That... Oh, there's Jesus! He is among us, boys. He is among us. That took a fucking second. Sorry about that, boys. Nothing you can do about it sometimes. Hopefully everybody gets in here, by the way. Hopefully we don't miss out anyone. We got ourselves. I'm gonna wait for a second for the team to get back. Previous fastest was 5:10 something. I think it was that. I think it was. We got ourselves Team Red with Bobby Loom, with Seawark as well, playing more of that Arcane. We got Rose EXO. Is that a Lindilio? That has to be a Lindilio. We got ourselves Top Shelf, and we got Zachary on the Demon Hunter with Krozu. We also got in the back Illiterate. Oh, Ozali. We got Spartan. We're missing a 5th right now for Team Blue, but hopefully they'll get in. We'll still play. We'll still play. We're hoping the Team Blue, and it's going to be Neptunes. What's up, Neptunes? Now we got everybody, and he's playing more of that on Holy D. Whoa. He's kind of snuggling together with Krozu. He's kind of just trying to go on a date with Krozu. He's like, hey, what's up? How's it going? He's like, excuse me? Hello? What's going on here? Zach is going to be going up first. Did get a little bit of a bow for Spart. Oh, what a nice guy, dude. Came up, bowing to Sparticle, man. It's a little bit of an honorable, friendly bow. That's a good way to start the duels, boys. That's a good way. The Spart? Oh. Oh, we got a Swapperoonie. Oh, we got our Nimurid switcheroo. It looks like it's going to be Spart versus Teamwork. Arcane versus Arcane. The Master of Arcane versus Master of Arcane. It's going to have to be one of these guys, man. It's going to have to be one of these guys. Seawork really wants to go Arcane versus Arcane. He even told Zachary, back up, dude. I need to get you in here. I think Spart is still trying to figure out what's going on. I think you're dueling Seawork, my dude. Seawork really wants to duel you. So I guess it's like, now that you know, right? Now that you know who you're dueling, whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready, Spart. Okay, stealing. Okay, now they're good. Okay, they're good. Okay. Sometimes it takes a second for everybody to get all together. Yo, Bobby, get back where you at. You're distracting me. It's gonna be Seawork trying to see if he can get himself a bit of Arcane Missile. Spart actually got himself a trinket from the Eternal Palace. It is gonna be a trinket that actually gives you a lot of primary stat. So if you channel it for a long time, you can actually have a double trinket wombo combo burst with it. Looks like Spartan's trying to go for a bit of damage on the Seawork. Seawork is going to try to bail out of there. Spartan's going to go for a little bit of blink. Blink it back. Seawork has plenty of health, plenty of shield. Spartan trying to hit him with Arcane Missiles, getting interrupted on Arcane. Locked out for a second. Arcane Missiles coming from Seawork right after. Spartan having to go for a bit of an Ice Buck. Going for Arcane Missiles back at Seawork since he does not have an interrupt for a moment. Polymorph trying to come out. Does land the poly. Seawork is super ahead on health. The trinkets out of the Polymorph. Spartan trying to see if he can get himself an Invis in last second, and Seawork does end up taking him out. That's going to be Ozaki up next. Breath onto Seawork, trying to land a polymorph, getting interrupted on it, trying to go for Greater Pirate, trying to get a Rooter to Seawork, didn't happen. And Seawork going for the Arcane Missiles. I feel like Spart kind of got blindsided a little bit there. I feel like Spart didn't really expect to go up against Seawork. He probably would have had a different build if he knew he had to go against Seawork first things first, right? Yeah, I feel like it was a bit confusing for him. I feel like it would have been a little bit differently. if he was expecting it. That's going to be Seabark actually going to knock up onto Ozaki as he tried to go for a little bit of polymorph onto Seabark. It's going to be an interrupt onto Arcane. Ozai can go, he keep going to Ozaki, but it's actually Ozai. Could have gone for actually a big burst on the Seabark just now after interrupting on Arcane. Yosetti actually used the Ring of Frost in the weirdest way possible on himself, but there it is. So we're trying to see if he can land a corner around Ozai. It's going to be another breath, interrupting him on Arcane. Greater Power Blast still trying to come out. Seabark is going to knock it up in the air for a second. Took all the shields away from Ozai. Trying to get this Arcane blast around the corner as best as he can. Blinking back on top of Ozai. Does he have a breath back up and running? I think Ozai tried to get an interrupt on Seabark, and they might have missed. Polymorph is going to hit Seabark. He's not going to be able to get out of it. That's going to be Greater Power. We'll get him out with the Meteor to follow. Is he going to go for Big Combustion? Seabark could try to see if he can steal his spell, stealing everything from Ozai. Actually stole the buff with him. He's going to go for Arcane. Misses 100% crit. Ozai is going to have to go for an Ice Buck right here. Seabark using the Combustion cooldown from Ozai against him, and that is super well done. This Arcane dominance here, dude. Just asserting his dominance. Just whipping it out on the table and just letting him know, hey, I'm the Arcane Mage here. Every buff you have, it's mine now. It's going to be a breath by Ozai. Try to get a palm over to Seabark. Locked him out on Arcane, and down Ozai goes. Cannot even blink away. Next up is going to be Kozo. 2 people on Team Blue already down for the count. Seabark, they try to go for a big old 105, 1v5. Neptunes, though, is going to give him a run for the money. Seabark still has a double shield from the other mage for a second. Has a fiery shield and an arcane shield. Kozo going for that metamorphosis. Is that full meta? Or is that just I-beam? Try to go for a little bit of, what was that? Fell Barrage? That's an AoE talent. Full meta coming out. Is going to get blinked away, though. Zozo is going to be able to get himself a Fell Rush. I think 2 of them. And then get himself a little bit of a Fell Charge? I forgot what that talent is. Is it Fell something? Fell Rush? Not Fell Rush. Fell Charge, maybe. But it's an ability that basically gives you like a small charge, almost like a Skull Bash, but with damage component. Used to be used a lot back in Legion. Blade Dance coming out, and Seabark is super low on health, actually. Seabark is going for a Biz. Kozo is going to get a charge on the Seabark, but that's going to be Arcane Missiles flying. Darkness coming down. He's trying to just get lucky with that Darkness. This is going to be Seabark is going to poke out and get some damage onto Kozo. He does not have any health at all. Oh my god, the dodge just melted him down. Just a little bit of that damage was enough, and the Illiterate is going to be up next. He's prepared to fight a mage. He's got himself Grounding Totem. He's got himself the normal wall. He's got himself everything here. Gonna try to see if he can even catch up to Seabark in any way. Using Sprint to try to clear himself of any slows. Might be able to get on top of the guy. Has ability to at least take away all the buffs from Seabark, so he was able to do that. Cleanse him of all the buffs. He might be in a good spot right here, but those constant slows by Seabark should be quite detrimental. Illiterate might just be stuck in Raptor form all the time. Can you get Polymer from Raptor form, actually? I don't know if he can or can't. I don't really know if he can or can't. That's going to be big invest for Seabark. Is going to reposition himself to a better spot. Maybe even go for food immediately as soon as he sees where Illiterate is at. And he's going to try to see if he can chow down Illiterate, making sure to mount up. Going to be a back blink by Seabark. Is not going to be able to get the capacity tone down at all. Polymorph trying to come out. Is going to interrupt him on Arcane here. Illiterate finally able to get some damage in, but it's going to get hit by that Nova. So Seabark is going to be able to get himself quite a bit of distance. Binding Totem is going to come down with a Grounding Totem right after. Illiterate trying to finally close the gap, and finally he does. Temporal up and running for Seabark. Is going to knock up Illiterate and all of his pets. He's trying to cleanse every buff from Seabark. If only he had Ascendance right now, this would be a perfect opportunity for him to gain the most value. He's having to go back into the Raptor form. The Raptors are the only pets that are even able to deal any kind of damage to Seabark, and they do very, very little damage on their own. They're mostly there to generate resources, which I think Raptors should also do a lot more damage. Or close rolls, but either way. Sundering does slam down and Seabark. He triggers out of it immediately, and Illiterate has to go for self heals, not putting Earth Shield on himself. If he, oh wait, now he does. That's Earth Shield that Seabark could steal in your moment, though. That's quite a bit of healing increase that Seabark could use. Could use that for Crucible self heal. Seabark trying to see if he maybe, yeah, he's just trying to see if he can steal every buff from Illiterate if possible. I think Illiterate actually might have canceled it at the last second, though. And Seabark got himself a shield. Illiterate actually looking quite healthy right now, but he just can never really close a gap with Seabark cleanly. He's always having to go into Raptor form, and that could be another back blink by Seabark actually. If he's in the right position, he could be able to get himself a nice back blink. He does go for it. Illiterate, though, expecting it this time, trying to get himself some resources finally. Generate some resources. Needs to interrupt Arcane Blast at one point in order to stop Seabark from moving around a little place. Temple is up and running as the Literate goes for a bit of damage, but looks like Seavark actually is able to get quite a bit of damage to the Literate because he doesn't have an interrupt. That's going to be safe to get procket for a Literate. Wall up and running for the Shaman. That's his one last bastion of defense, trying to gain whatever all the buffs away from Seavark. This is going to go for a Capacitor Totem, does not get him. The Literate getting slammed down with a Crucible right after. Super low in health. Seavark could blink in and finish him off with an Arcane Missile. Blink back, start missiles, and blink back. But we'll see if that's what he ends up doing. He is going to blink in, get some slows into Literate, try using Stochast as often as he can just to whittle down the Shaman. He does have himself quite a bit of self-heals if he's able to get away from Seavark ever. It's going to be another blink by Seavark, try to go, I think, for an interrupt maybe. So Literate should be able to get himself maybe a clean heal. That's going to be invis by Seavark. Roots onto Literate. Does get to interrupt him on Arcane finally. Sundering to follow him. Ghost is up and running. Going to be a Temporal up and running for him. Literate needs to get himself a little bit of healing. 90% dampening. Arcane Missile's flying. I think it's down for the count. And down he goes. Seavark taking out Team Blue with Neptune's getting aggressive with Seavark. Trying to min-max the damage that the Unholy DK can do. Everybody move out, boys. If you guys are going to be in the wake of aggression and destruction of Neptunes, man, nothing I can do about it for it. It's going to be Wraithball for Neptunes just to get himself a bit more mobility against Seavark, though. It is going to get knocked up on it. Armies of the Dead are up and running. Neptunes having to go for IBF. Could he go down here? It's going to get him some transfusion, but it's going to be Ice Block for Seavark. He's going to stop any healing from Neptunes for a bit. 8 minutes into this duel, 23 seconds, or 23% dampening. I'm confusing my percentages and seconds here. Transfusion not available for Neptunes. There's going to be a little bit of a temporal for Seavark. Neptunes could still go down. Seavark has him on the ropes. Barely. Oh my god, he actually ended up killing that DK. What? Oh my god. Big old 1v5. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What? Wow. Huh. Well then, I was really not hoping, that's not a good word. I was really expecting for Neptune to just come in and slam, being on Holy Death Knight and all. But then Seavark just got a bit of damage from him, didn't let him heal at all. G's there, boys. Oh my god. That's how you fucking end it. Oh my god, I'm so satisfied. I am so glad we had all this connection, all these issues, and I'm glad we changed the arena because this is the ending that we got for tonight, and I cannot be any happier, dude. I am satisfied with that one, boys. Holy shit, I'm satisfied. Wow. Seavark, our father. Oh man, Sparta was a proper build. Too bad. Oh yeah, does Sparta have a weird build or something? I feel Mongo missiles through his AMS, so that Voodoo broke it. Oh really? Oh okay, I see what you mean, Seavark. Yeah, makes sense actually. Makes sense, just to blast through it ASAP. So what will it be? McDonald's toast grilled cheese? No. I also have to see actually. I have to check the fridge, and if not, then you gotta get myself some food ASAP, dude. I like Mickey D's, but not for dinner. I'm weird like that. Although, like middle of the midnight when you're just fucking starving, you haven't eaten all day. I could do a Mickey D's. Toast? I could use some toast. But I need like a full course meal, I feel like, you know? I need a little bit of protein. I need a little bit of, like, pasta would be so good, dude. Pasta. Pasta. And some meatballs. Or pasta and some chicken. Ooh, or fried potatoes. Not french fries. Fried potatoes with Cajun on them. And some chicken. Some sweet sauce in there. Oh. I'm getting hungry. I gotta go. I gotta eat food, boys. And Shiver Venom Relic. Oh, that's a good one. It's really good for stealth, isn't it? And when Tempest fails. Fair enough. Fair enough. That stays on him. I can see it. I can see it. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been exceptionally fun stream. Always fun hanging out with all you boys. Great games tonight. All great games tonight. Worst mage spec in PvP. I don't think there is one high. I don't think there was a bad mage spec in PvP. Thank you all so much, boys. I'll see all of you tomorrow for another live stream. So glad the connections, at least for the day, were not present. Alrighty, boys. Peace.
I never wanna hold you back. I wanna give you every chance to make it. I'm afraid if our love collides, you'll leave me alone tonight. 'Cause I'm changing and I'm breaking. is this over? I'm scared to ask these questions, 'cause I know that you'll reject my love, moving slower, frozen to these pieces without a shoulder to cry on. And I'll stand against all enemies, your enemies. I'm afraid if our love collides, you'll leave me alone tonight. 'Cause I'm changing and I'm breaking, but I'll still be your superhero. I'll be your superhero.